I got your wig, ho. Ha ha. You're mad. Miss Wikiana. Miss Wikiana.
We're saying that you're bipolar.
Wow, what does that mean?
I guess that, you know, you're on two ends of the spectrum.
Wow. And then what? What's the cure? Medicine? Make me like them? Not gonna happen. I'm bi-winning. I win here and I win there. Now what? If I'm bipolar, aren't there moments where a guy like crashes and like in the corner like, oh my God, it's all my mom's fault? Shut up. Shut up. Stop. Move forward.
In acting, there isn't job security, right? There's an incentive to work hard and be a better actor because you want to have a job. So why isn't it like that for teachers?
You think job insecurity is what makes me work hard?
Well, you have an incentive to work harder, but if there's
I
job
wanna
security,
be an actor. It's not an incentive. That's the thing. See, you take this MBA style thinking, right? It's the problem with ed policy right now. There's this intrinsically paternalistic view of problems that are much more complex than that. It's like saying a teacher is going to get lazy when they have tenure. A teacher wants to teach. I mean, why else would you take a shitty salary and really long hours and do that job unless you really love to do it?
10% that are bad, though? 10% of teachers are bad.
where'd you get that number?
I don't know. 10% of people in any profession maybe should think of something else. Right?
Well, okay, but I mean, maybe you're a shitty cameraman. I don't know.
I'm just going to ask you a few questions, okay?
Okay.
All right. How many drinks did you have today?
I'm cool.
Cool?
Yeah, I ain't drunk or nothing.
For a setting, that is certainly a good setting. How many drinks did you have, Nick?
I'm okay.
That's not my question. But I'm asking you how many drinks you've had.
I'm not drunk. I'm okay.
Okay, well, what did you drink?
I'm okay.
In just a few moments, I'll have you step out. But not only can I smell alcohol coming from your breath, but I can also smell marijuana coming from this car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, in just a moment, I'll be searching this car. Is there anything that I'm going to find in this car?
I have a gun registered to my name.
A gun? Okay, where's the gun at? It's okay, you don't have to reach for it. Where is it?
Yeah, it's in the car. You don't know who I am? Okay, well, you're not out.
I know last name Woods, from what I just saw, but that's all.
It's all right. But yeah, it's okay. I'll wait on you.
Enlighten me on who you are. You seeing you?
No, because you still going to pick on me. It don't matter who I am.
Pick on you? I'm not picking on you. You're driving and I can smell alcohol off your breath.
But I'm not drunk. I can tell you this. I can promise you that I do. But yeah, I'm on your TV.
Ma'am?
I said I'm on your TV.
On my TV?
Yeah.
Okay.
So get this over because I'm not drunk.
All right. So step out and then walk to the front of my car, okay?
I told you I hit the piece, so that's why my flower is good.
It's okay. Just go to the front of my car, okay? You start whenever you want to.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. So turn around for me.
What are we doing?
Turn around for me.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm gonna take the piss.
That doesn't change anything. You still are going to be arrested.
For what? You don't have any proof on me.
No, ma'am, I do. Okay.
What's your proof?
So the evaluations that we do, they check it checks all kinds of things, okay?
Yeah.
And that's what determines if you were DUI. And now, whether you do the breath test or not, now that is voluntary. You can still, if you wish to do it, we will go ahead.
Did the other test determine that I'm drunk?
Ma'am?
Did the test determine it?
Yes, ma'am. The evaluations are stating that you are over the legal limit to be driving right now.
Where the proof at? I just passed everything. I did everything you told me.
It's to you. You may think that you passed, okay? But I'm not going to bicker with you right now. So, are you wanting to do the breathalyzer?
What's that gonna change?
Nothing, ma'am.
So I'm gonna go to jail either way.
As of right now, yes, ma'am. All right. Turn around for me.
Let me pee on the side of the road.
No, ma'am. We'll get to the jail in just a moment, okay?
Oh, my God. I don't know what to do. I've never been to jail.
You've never been to jail? I've never been to Gwinnett County Jail?
I was 30 minutes. Do I get out the jail fast?
That is on them. I don't know their process. I have never worked there.
I solemnly swear on the Bible.
I solemnly swear on the Bible.
Are you a bit nervous?
No, well, I didn't really want to be here, so I was made to be here. So obviously I'm just like wanting to get this over with and get on with my life. I had a knock at my door, and I opened my door, and two men were there and gave me a pouch and said, "A gift for you."
Did you ask them who they were?
No, I was extremely tired. When they gave me the pouch, I just put it next to my bed and went back to bed.
What did you think the stones were?
They were kind of dirty-looking pebbles. They were dirty, I don't know. When I'm used to seeing diamonds, I'm used to seeing diamonds shiny and in a box, you know. Someone hadn't said they were diamonds, I wouldn't have guessed right away that they were diamonds. I don't know. I don't know anything about Charles Taylor, never heard of him before, never heard of the country Liberia before, and never heard of the term of blood diamonds before. So I just assumed that it was.
Have you had any other contact with
No contact
Mr.
at all,
Charles
never
Taylor?
seen him again since the dinner table.
When at breakfast you were told that probably they were diamonds and probably they came from Charles Taylor, did you consider thanking him for the gift to you of these diamonds?
I didn't thank him. I just looked for my friend Jeremy Ratcliffe and gave them to him. It's not abnormal for me to get gifts. I get gifts given to me all the time, at any hour of the night. I care about the protection of my family. And as I said on television before, I didn't want to have anything to do with this.
I solemnly swear on the Bible.
I solemnly swear on the Bible
that I will speak the truth.
Now, when you arrive...
Mr. General, we'll need some spelling name. Miss Farrow, at this breakfast table, the suggestion that Miss Campbell had received, or what Miss Campbell had received were, or was, in fact, a diamond or diamonds. Where did that suggestion come from?
from Miss Campbell. Miss Campbell entered the room. My children and I were already eating breakfast. And as I recall it, she was quite excited and said, in effect, "Oh my God, in the middle of the night last night I was awakened by knocking at the door, and it was men sent by Charles Taylor, and he sent me, as I recall, a huge diamond."
Ms. Farrow, did you tell Naomi Campbell that the diamond or diamonds came from Charles Taylor?
Absolutely not.
Who did Naomi Campbell say the diamond came from?
Naomi Campbell said they came from Charles Taylor.
Thank you.
Stronger because really, what can you curl? Like I weigh $120. Curl me.
I can absolutely curl you.
$120.
I can absolutely curl you. Nice. I promise you. I promise you. Absolutely. That's a no-brainer.
You have some explaining to do when you get home.
Tim, I was just curled by Ella.
Yeah. Oh, God. You know what? I didn't even realize. You know what? Don't get me shot in the calf muscle. Hey, LL, I like your music, bud. Wow.
It was effortless for you.
Now do Sherry.
She's only 100 pounds. No.
You need to pick out a girl like 107. Yeah, do Joy.
Unbelievable. Time out. Oh, my God. Time out. It worked. The book worked. This is crazy now.
No, congratulations in order.
Thank you.
Because, bring it back down.
go to Nigeria, which is, if not the most corrupt nation in Africa, and it is, it could be the most corrupt nation in the world, Minister Farrakhan.
Oh, now, Mr. Wallace.
It is the most corrupt nation that I have ever covered. I've been there 25 years ago, and I've been there as recently as last year.
Fine. So what? 35 years old. That's what that nation is. Now, here's America, 226 years old. You love democracy, but there in Africa, you're trying to force these people into a system of government that you just have accepted. 30 years ago, black folk got the right to vote. You're not in any moral position to tell anybody how corrupt they are. You should be quiet and let those of us who know our people go there and help them get out of that condition. But America should keep her mouth shut wherever there's a corrupt regime, as much hell as America has raised on the earth. No, I will not allow America, or you, Mr. Wallace, to condemn them as the most corrupt nation on earth when you have spilled the blood of human beings. Has Nigeria dropped an atomic bomb and killed people in Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Have they killed off millions of Native Americans? How dare you put yourself in that position as a moral judge? I think you should keep quiet, because with that much blood on America's hands, you have no right to speak. I will speak because I don't have that blood on my hand. Yes, there's corruption there. Yes, there's mismanagement of resources. Yes, there is abuse. There's abuse in every nation on earth, including this one. So let's not play holy to moralize on them. Let's help them.
I'm not moralizing. I'm asking a question, and I got an answer.
Why would you put it as the most corrupt regime in the world? That doesn't make sense.
Can you think of one more corrupt?
Yeah, I'm living in one. I'm living in one. Yes, you've done a hell of a thing on this earth, so you should not be the one to talk. You should be quiet when it comes to moral condemnation.
There was that rumor that you had a male appendage, that you were a hermaphrodite, and you joked about it on the stage last night.
Maybe I do.
But it's interesting.
Would it be so terrible?
But it's interesting. A lot of artists would immediately put out some sort of a statement saying this is absolutely not true. You have fun with it.
Why the hell am I going to waste my time and give a press release about whether or not I have a penis? My fans don't care, and neither do I.
Do you know the comedian Carrot Top?
Yes, horrible.
Well, you were like the Carrot Top of interviewers.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. No, and it's a good thing. It's
I'm
a good
gonna
thing.
go cry now.
No, don't cry now. Cry after the interview's over, because otherwise I'll look like I'm responsible for it. Okay, so.
Well, you are.
Well, I don't want to know that though.
Okay.
Okay,
well,
so
you know now.
I said your name into camera. What else do you want from me?
A magic trick.
Okay. All right.
So we can wrap this up.
Hey, you're on my time.
I think that some of the greatest rappers we have in this country is like sort of Vigeti and people like Kitusua, who I consider like the king of rap. My biggest issue with you is like, who decided and put a crown on you and said Calligraph is an OG, Calligraph is the king? Like, what allows you to be able to do stuff like that?
You're going to start problems here.
No, you're asking me that question?
Yeah.
Who put you in a position to ask me such questions out here on live television? Bro?
I'm just like, I'm a musician. I'm a fan. So I guess
you rap?
I don't rap.
Exactly.
But then I think I have an opinion I can ask.
Stay on your lane.
Oh. Ooh, well, it's side, but I'm just saying, like, if you're an OG, you're able to, like, you should be able to probably even know your own lane. And there's the people like Kitusua, and then there's Calligraph.
Look, can you look at where I'm seated right now?
Yeah, I can see that.
Look at your seat. Look at my seat.
Oh.
Shot done been fired up in here.
It's
okay.
It's
cool. Next
OG.
question, please. Do you have another question before we get into quick fire?
Calligraph.
Well, go on.
They say, fake it till you make it.
This is just not going
I just want to know, what happens if you don't make it?
You're in a better position to respond to that.
Was there a serious challenger in the election, a serious opponent?
Is there a need for a serious opponent? Why?
Why is there no need for a serious opponent?
Why do you always think that the way you live is better than the way we live? Even the way you ask questions. Why don't you guys do the way we do it? Because we're not you, and we don't like you much, really.
Sneaker wedges and don't put no sneaker wedges on. So heels?
I know you ain't talking evil. Your Birkenstock wearing ass.
Don't come for my flats. My flats are still Chloe and Fendi and all of them type teens.
Come on now.
We just choose to wear them flats. Girl, you got me all the way twisted. I'm in my runway right now. Stop it. Knowlton, sweetheart. You ever been of a $1,200 flip-flop?
Can I get some macaroni and cheese, please?
Yes.
You want some of this truffle oil? No, not at all. We don't have to go over anything, Trace. Today it's not.
No, let's do it.
It's not. Now,
No, let's do it.
Trina's gone.
Sean and whoever want to do it, they that want to do it, let's do this.
Let's do it. Had you stayed, my next statement was.
Made in Italy, baby.
You done been hitting that runway. Now you just got the plug on it. Now chill out.
Ain't nobody just got no plug on no low. She been doing this. I went from on the runway to off the runway, every minute of 5'7". Been doing it since 18. I'm every minute of 33, Pooh.
Girl, stop now. Don't do that.
You don't do that. They've been trying to pull me out my bag for a long time. I've been trying to sit in my bag on my yoga mat. But I want you to come back.
Let's do it. Tell us what we need to do.
Let's do it then. Let's do it.
Tracy, that's not gonna make nobody talk.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do it.
Because Trina's gone. I'm saying Trina's gone.
Okay,
She's left.
Okay. Well, I'll see y'all later.
Okay, see you later.
Cheers. Get your life.
You make it so hard. Love you. You make it so hard.
You may have been on the runway since you was 5, but I have carried everything into my
you're
closet.
older than me, because you're
exactly,
42,
and fabulous.
Marlo.
And everything
As
that
you
you
should
wore
have.
on the
You're my
runway
elder.
is in my closet,
Girl, I had
darling.
enough
I didn't have
cocktails
to
in me,
pull
not
it,
too many
and I didn't have to
teens.
borrow it.
This is what I own.
And
This
you
is what
can't
I
fit nothing
own.
on the runway now.
This is what and you felt it when? Never.
I ain't gonna continue to do is come up in my face like you wanna fight. That ain't gonna work.
I'm gonna talk to you, because I can't handle a little girl keep coming at me like that.
Who is he talking to?
That was disrespectful.
Kid went to go get your phone.
He say to me. Where's my phone? You know what? Who's fighting? Tracy's about to fight a man? I'm doing it. Hey.
The way your ass is set up, you could never model. Never, ever be our tour guide again. Ben had it. Since you was in your mid-30s and I was in my teens. As of right now. Ben had it. Since you've been in your mid-30s. Trying to call Uber to get her. We stop at the next light. You tried it. Hers, not yours.
Marlo runway.
What runway, Marlo?
Why don't you tell Mama that you
I
did? Well, you tell Mama that you did.
No, don't put on the front. Lucy, yeah, definitely ghetto. And Mariah's just like her mom. Well, that's
Let me tell you something.
Because my mother would never disrespect you like that.
You want to work for plus size.
No.
Stop. I don't
And
know where
that's
you get
okay.
these
Plus
plus
size.
size fashions from.
Oh my God, your mother.
Don't do that. Play with mommies with Shamari. Don't do that with me.
No,
I'm
don't
not
play
her.
with mommies with Shamari.
I'm not her. Don't do that.
That's your mama and that's my mama.
I don't give a Mariah.
You know what, sweetheart?
How you look?
I look way too pretty
Mariah?
to talk to you.
Don't put your mother.
Be respectful,
Let me tell you
Mariah.
something.
Let me tell you.
Your motherfucking hand, bitch. Nah, bitch.
Oh, no. What? Why are you and Mariah over there fighting right now?
What are you doing,
No, absolutely not.
There's no consequence. So what I hope I demonstrated to you yesterday was how to stand in what you value even when people don't agree with you, which is exactly what you did. Now here's the distinction. When you didn't go with the group in the walkout, you didn't communicate.
You can come in here, Shamari. Come on.
I will show you the entire process of how. I hadn't spoken to Aubrey O'Day in years until she found out I was coming to this house. And she called me like, "Hi, baby, I love you."
Actually, I did.
Lies.
The last conversation
we are
had,
not
no.
going to do that,
The
Mr.
last
Lamar.
conversation we had, I told them, no. Point blank
But
period.
wait a
And
minute.
everybody gasped.
See this right here? Now this is
No,
disrespectful.
because she continued to disrespect me,
okay.
and I'm tired of it.
Okay,
You're
so
going to
what's the
respect
boundary?
me.
What's the
My
boundary?
boundaries is.
Okay.
Haley, shut the up. Did you hear what she just said?
Oh, hell. Here we go.
I did your job. I creative directed this whole show. What have you done? You don't do shit in this house. You didn't creative direct or do whatever the you gave yourself the title. Don't go behind my back and say shit about me.
Take a breath.
No, I am taking a breath.
No.
But you're not
Hold
going
on.
to do that.
Hold on.
I refuse.
But what
to
you're
have
doing
it.
right now is disrespectful. Let me give you another possibility.
Okay.
Tamar, please forgive me for making you think you have a right to speak to me in that manner.
I'm so done with you. You're such a gossipy ass little messy ass bitch. I can't stand bitches like you. Oh, you make me sick, bro.
Get her out of here! Carnita, don't be mad. Don't talk about me for no reason. It ain't for no reason. I didn't do anything wrong. You f***ed her up. That bitch is a fucking neighbor. She was your friend. You f***ed the whole neighborhood up. She's nobody to me.
Of course I'm nobody to you anymore, because you don't want me to open my mouth.
I'm sitting here coming up with ideas to make this shit make sense for the group, and all you're doing is going behind my back and running your mouth. Why don't you try to be the positive woman in power, Keely, that you always act like you are, and empower people?
The whole point of having a queen is to have order and structure and control. And it's not happening.
We already have.
That you were sleeping with somebody and it was dead. That you slept with somebody in the neighborhood.
Who said that?
It was out there. That's what
One of you bitches said I slept with somebody in the neighborhood. Bitch, I'll take my shoe off and put it in your face. Who said it? Which one of you bitches said it?
Maybe, I don't know, creative direct, because that's what you said you do. I did your whole job.
Thank you.
You're welcome, bitch.
Girl. Aubrey's here because she's a reality TV star, and she's not gonna pass up the opportunity to be on TV.
Emily said between y'all three bitches, somebody said I slept with somebody in the neighborhood. Anila?
I did not. I don't know anything about that.
The bitches in the neighborhood been talking.
But there's a rumor going around.
I don't know where it originated, but I did hear Zaina's name come up. And you cannot say things like this and not have proof. You don't have no common sense to walk up to the
People in California are crazy about their dogs.
Who think we're powerless to do anything about the greenhouse effect are forgetting about the White House effect. And then he signed into law the Clean Air Act Amendment of 1990, one of the most sweeping environmental statutes ever. This president that we have now is trying to unravel everything that he did and Obama did. And if I ever become a one-issue voter, it will be about pollution and the greenhouse effect and
Can
the
we
fact
focus
that
on the president, please? I don't want to talk about Trump
Well, I do
when we're in the moment of we're honoring a great president
Excuse me a
who's
second,
passed.
please. I want to talk about
But
the
we're
different...
honoring, but I'm not interested in your one-issue
I don't
voter when
care
our
what you're
president just
interested in.
passed.
I'm talking.
Well, I don't care
You
what
know
you're
what?
interested
Damn
in
it. We'll be
either,
right back.
boy. Senator, I do believe that average Americans care about packing the courts, and I just want to know if you would agree and join Joe Manchin and agree that you're not for that.
My job is to take the concerns that are being raised by my constituents. And what I'm telling you is that they're asking about their health care. They're asking about whether or not they can earn a livable wage for working hard every day. And they're wondering when in the world are they going to get relief after waiting for it for months.
Senator, I understand that. I'm just asking you a direct question and asking if you would join him.
Actually, I
just wanted to know if you would join
going
him.
to end this. Hey, listen.
Can I say something now? Is that okay?
Yes, go ahead. Yes, you may now.
I have permission to speak now on Amy Klobuchar. We're all good. Okay, two quick things. Number one, I have friends who were at her and no, by all means, keep going, Joy.
No, if you're going to have a hissy fit, we can't continue. A lot of this pearl clutching, as they call it, is coming from Fox and right-wing media. And it's a distraction, as Sonny said, from the fact that not a single Republican in the Senate voted for the COVID relief package, which is popular with 60% of Americans. Now, that is the distraction. Let's be clear.
Never been a hot topic on the show. It's because 9% of the bill is actually going to COVID relief. Out of all that, it's completely filled with pork, and it's basically a left-wing fever dream of things that are pushed into this bill along with it. That was conservatives' problem with it, and now that we have
so that's a 60% of the Americans.
No, I think that we should have that relief bill only going to COVID relief, not for anything else. Only paychecks to average Americans. 9% of that entire bill is going to Americans. That's the problem conservatives with it. It's not because we hate poor people and we don't want people to have help during the worst economic crisis of my generation. And I think that narrative and framing of it is not only wildly insulting, but it's actually inaccurate. Over it today.
By the way,
I love George Washington.
What's your
over it today. Over it today.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a break right now.
Yeah, do you want to come over here with me?
No, because last time I did that, he started taking all my shoes and running.
Well, we're here, so nothing's going to be stolen.
Don't mind. I've been out of town for a week working.
Yes, ma'am.
And he's removed a bunch of belongings.
Okay.
And he's stolen my laptop or my iPad. He's stolen all sorts of stuff out of the storage unit. I'm just trying to get my clothes and my shoes out of here and be done. I have my U-Haul back on its way here with two guys. I've been unloading my stuff, and that's what he did.
So he stole your laptop?
He stole my iPad. He stole all this stuff out of my storage unit downstairs, which is my private access. I'm trying to look for the attachment right now. That I have access to the thing Monday through Friday. And he's not allowed to be in here from 9 to 3.
Okay. And where does it say he's not supposed to be?
I'm trying to get them on the phone right this second.
Okay.
Let me call Danielle. So I'm just trying to get my stuff. That's all I want. I just want my clothes and my stuff, which is rightfully mine, and to get out.
All right.
And until I get my iPad back and the stuff he stole from me, he won't get his laptop back from me. It's not. I don't operate like this. I'm tired of being stolen from.
So you took his laptop, and he took your phone, but you took his
laptop. He took my iPad. He's taken my cameras out of my room. He's broken into my room. I have it all documented.
It's all lies.
I have it. He jerked off. Want me to show you the jerk off video of him jerking off on my camera?
Pathological liar.
I'll show you guys.
She's a pathological liar.
No, I'm
Let's just work on getting paperwork.
Yeah, you want to come over here just a little bit?
We're spying on me for.
No, it wasn't spying. I watched you grab them and move them.
Because I want to get this done as civilly as possible.
Okay. I just want to grab my stuff.
I understand that.
That's it. I'm just looking for a court order.
If all she wants is the stuff out of the closet, can she just take it?
Well, that would be, as long as she's taking her stuff, I'm good with that, but I need to file a police report. As long as she's not touching any of like the things I need to work and function as a human.
Yeah, no, we got our
Which side of the closet is hers? Which side yours?
That side's hers, so I don't care about any of her stuff.
So as long as she doesn't go to the right.
And it's not technically her stuff, but she can take all of the female stuff. But I need to file I have video footage of her last night in this room. She's not allowed to be in this room, and she stole my laptop and documentations, and I have video footage for the theft. So I don't know how to handle that.
Where you guys are on the divorce? Or are you still technically married right now?
We're still technically married.
Okay. As far as like documentation goes.
All right.
You're just grabbing all your stuff.
I just want all my belongings.
No, I'm just saying the clothes out of the
Clothes and the
closet.
shoes, and that's
He
it.
says he doesn't care as long as you take all the female stuff.
That's all I want.
All right.
Why don't
You
you
want to do
take-
that?
So I'm waiting on the bin. The bins are going to be here now. I was trying to do
Well,
the
do you
boxes.
want to, how about this? How about you take all the female stuff and move them out so y'all aren't together? Let's separate as much as possible,
You
okay?
guys, you know the shoes.
And then let's take
I understand.
Croy-
So let's separate as
Can
much
you
as
guys stay
possible.
here? I have some boxes
Why don't you take
downstairs.
Croy to the kitchen
Yeah.
and go talk
Yeah.
to them about the alleged...
So if you want to stay with them, take all your stuff and then kind of separate y'all.
He stole my iPad.
All right, so she's
Sir.
gonna start grabbing all that out. Can you go with him?
Sir,
talk
you wanna
to
come
him
with
about
me?
the laptop stuff? And she's gonna start moving all the stuff out.
You can talk on the phone, we just got to walk this way.
I did. Well, they're here right now, and so.
I want my. Oh, I don't have the ladder up here though. Oh, I just want my iPad back, my cameras back, and.
Well, here's the thing, just so you know.
Yeah.
No. I'm saying we're on a limited time here.
That's fine. If you want to start putting your shoes in the bin and then...
And then if you want to put everything outside where it can be.
The last time you guys, if you remember, I busted my. It's just too much. This is just too much, guys. Let me The problem is all this marital stuff. When he takes my phone, there's nothing I can do. Like it's all just the judge says it too. Like it's marital.
No, and I understand that. But and here's the thing too. Like obviously us, we're supposed to be used for emergency.
Right. No, I
purposes
told him that.
only.
I told him that. But I knew this was gonna happen, and he gets very volatile.
No.
Last night he pushed
What
me.
I'm trying to say is the reason why we're on a time crunch here is because not that, but we do have a whole city we have to cover, and
I'm
typically this is something that if you do one or two things in the future, you could either contact the Fulton County Sheriff's Office, make an appointment. That way they can have a dedicated deputy out here with you as long as you need.
Oh wait. Call who? One more time.
Fulton County Sheriff's Office.
Sure. Okay.
Or the other option is you can call Sergeant Scott Mulvey and ask for a officer off duty.
Oh, can I call him right now for that?
Well, that's the thing. That has to be something set up for a later date. And when that happens is you're going to have to, there's a fee that you'll have to pay the officer to work here off duty. So those are your two options.
Hey, police! Come here, Mr. Bierman. Bierman, come talk to me. What's going on?
It's just a bunch of nonsense.
All right, come talk to me. Ma'am, stay right there. What's going on tonight?
We're just having an argument
About what?
about our fucking life.
Okay, what happened?
It's our life. It's destroyed.
Okay, what started the argument?
Her inability to fucking solve problems.
Okay,
Or
come
address them
over
or
here.
do anything.
Come over here.
Why?
Because I want to talk to you away from her. I don't want her to start screaming at you and have a whole argument.
It's nothing but an act. It's all a bunch of bullshit.
What is?
Everything she does.
Okay, what did she do tonight?
Everything. Everything. Dude, I can't, I'm not going to do this. Because this right here does nothing but fuel her bullshit. I'm not doing this. This is narcissistic behavior. I'm not doing this.
I'm just trying to figure out what the
There's
argument.
nothing to do. You shouldn't even be here. Who called you?
Your kids.
Who? What kid?
You have kids? I don't know. Whoever's in the house.
We've been outside this whole time.
What was the argument about?
Our life. Our life.
Okay,
And it's
so
fucking destroyed.
Why is it getting so heated?
Because our life is destroyed. What don't you understand? There's no money. There's no house. We're getting divorced one day and we're not the next.
Okay.
She's fucking other men. What do you want?
Just calm down.
Calm down, but I don't have a fucking life. And I don't have somebody who won't fucking listen to me.
Calm down.
Oh, calm down. You want to live this motherfucker?
Look,
you wouldn't have lasted
calm
for
down.
a year. You wouldn't have lasted a day in this fucking house.
What's going on, Miss Berman?
I just he's just been screaming at me for like 2 hours, like a crazy person.
Okay. What was the argument? Why were y'all arguing?
Because I just said,
Why is he
I just
screaming?
want to get a divorce. Like, I just want this to be over. He wouldn't let me leave this morning. The gate is broke or whatever, so you have to manually open it. He jumped in front of my car. I have all these videos. He's blocking me from leaving. And he just started yelling. I said, Corey, I have a phone call at 5:30. I can't do this right now. I'm sorry, my nose is running.
That's fine.
And then I left. I finally got out of the gate, and I was walking in my robe down the street. And I was yelling for help to my neighbors, please, somebody help me. He's screaming in my ear, grabbing my robe, the back hoodie of my robe, and I mentally, and physically and emotionally could not take this any longer. My kids, he's get out of the house. If I could walk in, he kicks the kids out. And then if I come outside, he's get inside the house. My son's Mom, please take me to my friend.
Mhm.
His dad said, no, you're not going anywhere. And so he's crying right now. It's just too much. He's fucking mentally ill, for real. For real.
Are you hurt in any way?
No, I just in my ear, just screaming like a crazy person for
Mhm.
hours.
So around 11 a.m.
What is he doing?
He's
yelling?
talking to an officer.
Oh, he's yelling something.
I'm around the corner in the driveway. Stay right there. No, she's here.
Sir, I did not give you authorization to be in my home.
You're going to get put, Corey, listen to me very
I
clearly.
did not give you authorization. I know my rights.
Stop talking.
I know my rights.
Okay, then stop talking if you know your rights. I'm going to tell you your rights. I'm going to inform you your rights. We're here for a lawful reason. To investigate a domestic violence situation.
Right, where the person is
Your
outside.
kids are the ones that called. I need to talk to
Then
them.
I can bring them outside, but you do not have the authority to be in my home.
You were going to go stand outside
You
with
do
them.
not have the authority to be in my home.
You're going to go with them. All right, come on, bro.
I was not clear what was going on. Now I am. Come on, let's go.
My dad's claiming he didn't call. My mom's claiming she didn't call. I don't really know what.
Okay. Where are they at?
In the master.
Okay. Can you have them come out here, please?
Are they having issues today?
Yeah.
Okay.
I called too, and then I hung up. But I called for I think they're in a deep conversation. I told them that you guys were here, but they said that they don't really need anything now. So.
Well, maybe one more. Okay. We're just required to make sure everybody's all right.
Oh.
So we really have to
See them?
because do the history.
I know.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and if you called, so you called for a reason, right?
Well, I just heard chaos, and my first instinct now
right.
is just to call 911 instead of inserting myself in the drama.
What'd you hear going on?
Just mumbling of a suitcase. We're supposed to leave to LA today, me and my mom.
Okay.
And so now I just changed our flights to tomorrow. But I could just hear chaos, and I was asleep, and it woke me up.
Okay.
So.
Yelling or?
I couldn't even mumble or make out what the mumble was. It was just a lot of fuck yous and whatever. So
Yeah.
I don't think I saw. I mean, I didn't see anything physical. I don't think my sister saw anything physical. It was just.
Yeah.
Now when I'm home, I want to call 911 instead of insert myself in this. So.
No, absolutely. Yeah, and that's why. So, yeah, due to the history, we got it. So we came out because there's a 911 hang up. So if you called and hung up, or if it was the home phone, somebody called and hung up, and then so we just got to make sure.
It was probably me and Kaya. Kind of all just if you see anything, know to call 911 so someone's alerted instead of it all being hearsay. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Well, if you could just tell them that we just need to put eyes on them and have them come out real quick. It won't take long.
I'm trying to pack and do this and get out my suitcase, so that's all. So I'm mad.
Yeah.
All good. We're just
Took my wigs, took my suitcases, and it's just whatever, but we're fine.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
Just required to put eyes on you guys and make sure everything's good.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Just trying to get them on again.
Who called today? Just someone from the
Okay, but I was yelling.
How old is Kaya?
Yeah, the oldest. Yeah, she heard me yelling, but she know. I mean, obviously we're trying to.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I mean, I can tell you guys are.
I'm trying to just get on my flight, man.
Yeah, so I guess she changed y'all's flight to tomorrow, but.
Yeah, that's what she said. That's what she
You
said.
staying here, and we're taking off with.
I'm trying. Yeah. And now I'm in Colombia for 3 weeks. Fucking working for 3 weeks. So
You're not going to be here for 3 other weeks? Okay.
Okay.
September 11th, I'm out.
So if you have any problems, you need to stand by while you pack or anything.
Fucking maybe on top of all this.
Yeah. Alrighty.
All good. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
See you too. Take care.
Problems been going on for pretty much our entire marriage, but it's got significantly worse.
But I
to
mean,
the
as
point
far as right.
So basically, the last 2.5 years, she's gambled away about $700,000. Just in the last 2.5 years. Total in the marriage probably about $1.5 million.
Okay.
And she does it online illegally, and so that's a major process that I'm dealing with the process of the divorce. I just retained a lawyer today. I have to go pay them tomorrow.
Okay, that was more.
She's going to be served within probably the next.
That was more of my question, right there, because I wanted to hone down like how much longer you guys are being forced to be like here. You know what I mean?
The problem is these are the assets. There are no assets to go to an apartment. She has decimated everything.
Are you guys separate at night in different rooms and that sort of thing right now?
She has tried.
To...
So the narcissist comes through, and so she does things to try to get me to react. So she thought it'd be cute to go hide in the house. I don't give a fuck. Went to bed, had no issues. That lasted for 2 nights. Then the night that you guys showed up here, she was, I'm not please just get out. I want to shower and I want to go to bed. Don't care where you go. Don't care who you're talking to. Don't care where you sleep. So we sleep next to each other. Our bed is like a $15,000 bed. The mattress that we lay on, it's for my body, for going through things, and I'm not going to sleep on a couch, and absolutely not. But I don't engage with her. I don't do anything.
I was injured in Iraq, and I got you. Oh no, appreciate it, brother. I was just, what's going on, sir?
I'm in the process of dealing with a difficult situation with my wife, and I know a lot of this is on record, we're in the public eye, but in the process of divorcing my wife, dealing with some significant issues. I've asked her to kindly leave our bedroom so I could shower in privacy. I don't trust her. She's refusing to leave. She's a narcissist. And so she's playing her games.
Was there anything physical going on?
No.
Like a physical?
No, sir. I might have raised my voice, like, get out.
Yeah.
You know, like, please just get out. You know, I have it all on my recorded on my phone. Our kids are sleeping, and they might be upstairs. No, can I go grab? Can I tell her that you guys are here? No, we just told her. She's coming out. She'll come right out this door, sir.
I'll go with him if they.
Y'all want to take over there? I'll go in my home. Well, actually, we can.
She called us still.
No.
All right, look.
So you can step over there. Early, like, someone call here, wherever she wants to talk to us. Well, yeah, that's fine. But I'm saying right now, you are not. Once you make contact with her, then whatever. Yeah, we have. Dispatch has. So I understand, but not physical contact. All right, so let's not do the power struggle here. There is no power struggle. I'm simply exercising my rights as a person. So these officers here. Okay.
So how long have you guys been together for?
This right here is probably not going to end well, so I'm not going to answer any more questions until...
Why are you saying it's not going to end well?
Because that right there is manipulation.
Him talking to your wife?
No, her behaving in that manner.
Oh, you her crying?
Yes.
Hey, Olivia, he just canceled on letting us into the room. So, how are you affiliated? I told him. I told him that he needs to pay your bill for
like relationship-wise, or just for okay.
Today and tomorrow. Okay, so just stand by on that. But they just canceled. I have supposed to get all my belongings out of my master today and tomorrow. So I had 4 girls coming. I flew her in from LA, and my husband just said, not letting you into the matter.
So, stolen jewelry and purses.
So
are y'all separated?
No, we live in the same house, but divorce, going through a divorce, yes.
Is it finalized?
No.
Then it's still going to be marital property at this point.
Well, all the jewelry was mine before I ever met him. All the jewelry that he sold.
But when y'all got married, it became joint. So yours becomes his and his becomes yours.
No, like my engagement ring I can sell because it was premarital. Anything that's premarital.
Is that what your attorney said?
Yeah, that's why he said I have to come here.
Okay. So what was taken?
Oh. It might be on my other phone as well. My daughter's jewelry as well.
And when did this occur?
So, I knew that the purses were stolen in May. You guys came to the house. These are my kids.
May, okay.
Okay. Some of the, so, at the time it didn't occur to me that he had taken all these purses. He stole my most expensive handbags that I've ever owned. Okay. And some of which were gifts from my kids and from friends and things like that. So, again, anything that was mine acquired, like anything that was premarital, you can't sell it. So, I realized that in May. I've asked for them back. He won't give them back. Okay. My jewelry. So
when did you ask for them back?
Oh, right away. Like the cops had to come. Yeah.
Okay.
The cops came. James came, and as I'm taking my bags out of my closet, he's ripping. I mean, Corey's huge. He's ripping them from me and taking them and running down the stairs and throwing them down the stairs in the master to like lock him in another closet. Well, he wouldn't open the safe for me, but he opened it for James. Okay. Well, all my jewelry. I mean, I'm 45 years old. Like, I'm talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I could not get in the safe until last month.
Okay.
He had it locked. Instead of having like the code that we had, he had like he made it to a key. It was it's as big as that door.
Yeah.
And so I was able to. I just tried the key thing one day, and it worked, and everything is gone.
So what brings you in today?
Because my attorney said that I need to file a police report because the stuff is stolen. The jeweler sent me a picture. Some lady sent me a picture on Instagram and said, "I love your bracelets. I'm so thankful." I'm like, "What?" And then I called my jeweler, and Corey got $25,000 in cash for some of my pieces, but the watches and all the diamond bracelets and the diamond necklaces and whatever, I don't know where he sold them.
So, we're not going to do an official report today yet, okay? We do an official report when that divorce is finalized, okay?
Are you listening, Julie?
If there's any debate of property while y'all are still technically married, then it's going to fall into the court system. We don't debate and separate property because that's not our jurisdiction to do so. The court will you'll have to dictate which property's which and why it belongs to you. Until that divorce is finalized, there's no technical crime that's being committed right now. So when that divorce gets finalized, then it'll become theft from there on out, if that makes sense. But still documentation, still you can bring it to wherever you need to bring it as official documentation. I'm still going to put what you stated that he took in the notes.
But and this is all that I can recall as well. So like I'm sure there's other things, and every day I'm like, oh fuck, my Louis Vuitton. You know what I'm saying?
Anything that you can recall, yes, you can put in there.
Or can we put in here too? This is, I mean, it was a lot. It's not just like, and I mean, I've had this jewelry for 20 years, some of these pieces, so what can we put in the report?
I can put as much as you give me.
I guess my question is, if he doesn't want to open the door though, what is the...
Open the door for...
So he has deadbolts now he's put, so I can't get any of my belongings, like into the bedroom, the master bedroom. Like they were negotiating with this guy for 45 fucking minutes, like a psychopath. And he never ended up opening the door. He did slide my medicine eventually under the door, but I guess legally he doesn't have to open the master door even though I live in that house.
I don't know what the court order says. So does the court order dictate like when you're in there, like how to get stuff? That's the question. Is what does the court order state? I have to have it in hand.
The court order stated back in September that I got the nanny's room, the nanny suite, and he got the master because he's taller. Right?
But I still have to see that in person. So to get all that stuff, have it in person, then you can call us and we can stay by for 15 or 20 minutes while you get those essentials out of the house. I know.
You guys there. But it's bullshit. But if I should do off duty though and pay somebody off duty, I'd rather do that.
You can try to do that, but it'd be easier if you just called the non-emergency number because we can't. We can go up there. You can get your medicines and any essentials, just no big stuff, nothing that'll take longer than like 20 minutes.
Right, of course.
So as medicines, probably pretty important. But if there's a court order stating when you're allowed in the master, is it the master you said?
Yeah.
Is it a court order allowed when you're allowed in the master or when you're allowed in certain parts of the house? Make sure they have that in hand because that's a way we can enforce the court's order.
While we're here, can you do us a favor? If he opens that door, will you please not create and exacerbate the issue or create another issue? Can you go in, get whatever you need, and then come back out without causing another issue?
I don't think it's fair that I have to sit out here with this and
Well, then I can't help you. Sir, it's hard for me to hear her.
We can't really force one way or the other. So what we're trying to get is at least the important stuff. Issue if nobody can compromise.
like I'm not, I don't deserve to be treated. Like, how do I solve this permanently?
Well, I know y'all have attorneys, so you need to talk to your attorneys about any legal.
Well, this is me. I've been living in the master. This is the first night he decided because I asked him to please file it. And he finally did.
So it's just a sticky situation for us because it's also his property.
There's no manipulation. There's no manipulation. I don't want to be with Troy. I've not wanted to be with Troy for a very long time. This is why we're at where we're at. I just want to sleep in my bed. You can obviously see it's not a joke. Like, I'm not a dog. Like, I've been sleeping in my daughter's room for 3 months.
Yeah, I get that, but that's where we need to come up with some type of compromise.
I've always been compromised.
I understand, but throughout the whole process, you're going to have to compromise a little bit here and there. Okay, so we can't just kick in the door and force them to let you sleep in there. That's just going to make the situation worse for you when we leave.
Look, ma'am, so what we do is mediation. Either if you want to get some things out of there, I need you to agree because he's not going to open that door if you don't agree. Listen to me. If you do not provide access to that, sir, if you continue down this road, it's not going to go well.
What's it gonna do? Where's it gonna go?
Because you are now making me feel very uncomfortable and unsafe.
I didn't do anything to you.
I need you to calm down.
This is your police tactic. I'm not oblivious to what you do. You want me to open the door for my safety to be in jeopardy?
I want you to open the door so that you can show me your hands so that I can be clear of your intentions. Your safety will not be in jeopardy.
You're saying that, but you're not staying here all night.
You can close the door after we leave.
But she's going to be in here. Then who's going to remove her?
She has agreed to not stay in that room. She has agreed to go in and get the property and come back out.
And you believe her? Because you know it?
Look, sir, it doesn't matter. I'm here to resolve the issue.
We have to come up with some kind of compromise.
You're taking her side when you don't. And you're not listening to me.
I've been listening to you for the past 10 minutes, sir. I've been listening to you for the past 10 minutes, sir.
But I would like to have stuff that's important to your health.
Yeah, right.
Okay, that's the priority. Okay.
I have like anti-inflammatory. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry about that. I don't know how that happened. Did he do that?
I think
You can do it from the kitchen up in the house. My comforter, like a blanket.
What am I supposed to do about the door that's now wide open downstairs that she drilled out that I now have to secure my safety for? You can screw it shut. There's any number of things that you can do. Screw it shut while I leave this open to go get my screws so she comes barging in here later? This is wild, man. You guys gotta work that stuff out.
This is wild that I can't get into my bathroom to get my own stuff.
Let's see, I'm surprised we even got all this.
Not on the highway. He could be possibly 30 with his movements.
It's red as shit and huge, as you can see. And he knows that. It's a silver container of cream. He knows it. I want my silver container of cream, that's it.
Okay, this is the last thing.
This is it, I promise. I need my cream.
Mr. Behrman, we have one last item to request.
I need my
There is
cream.
a silver container of net cream that she's requesting. It's under the sink, she says.
Oh, it's in a drawer.
Oh, in a drawer. She said that it's not there.
It is there. I used it this
Look,
morning.
he gave us even the comforter and stuff, so I find it hard to believe he's like, no, I'm not going to get that.
Did you humor me and take another glance, see if it's somewhere else?
Do what?
$1,000 cream that I paid for my neck. That's why he won't.
I do appreciate you being reasonable and grabbing.
We have the right to know that we're not going to have trans people filming us in the bathroom. How many of these trannies are taking selfies? These men are taking selfies in women's spaces, in the bathroom. It's gross. It's disgusting. So if we're going to talk about civil rights, let's talk about the rights of women in this country and how you are stripping them away every single day. And you're doing it in your legislation, you're doing it in your messaging, you're doing it on X. You're making women feel unsafe in this country. And you're making the opportunity for women and girls to be raped, to be sexually abused in this country, even greater than they've ever been. So don't come over here with your attitude and talk to me about rights when you're trying to take my rights as a woman, a rape survivor, away. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Gentlelady yields back. Any member seek recognition? Ms. Stansberry.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate the gentlelady across the aisle demonstrating why we need civil rights. We need civil rights to protect all people, especially trans Americans who are under attack right now. I would like to yield the rest of my time to the gentlelady who is carrying the amendment.
I don't even know how we got there, because I tried to make it clear how many civil rights, it doesn't just boil down to one conversation, but I can see that somebody's campaign coffers really are struggling right now. So she gonna keep saying trans, 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 so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, I want y'all to tell me whether or
Do
not
not call me a child. I am no child.
I want
Don't
to
even
find
start.
out
I am a grown
which
woman.
of those
I am 47 years
emails
old. I have broken
actually
more
have.
glass ceilings than you
Chairman,
ever
I
will.
am reclaiming my
Let's go.
time.
You will not do that. I
Order.
am not a
Chairman,
child.
I am
not a
reclaiming
child.
my time.
If you want to take it outside,
Mr.
we
Chairman,
can
the committee is not
Okay.
in order.
All right. Order.
Point of order. Point of order.
Order. Chair recognizes Ms. Crockett.
No, point of order, Mr. Chairman.
State your point.
Is it allowed in the rules for a member to incite violence against another member? I mean, she wants to take it outside with.
Hey, I have the First Amendment right too,
And
young
so
man. I have the
I'd like
First
those
Amendment
words
right.
to be
I'm not
taken
gonna be a
down.
child.
I
I'm
am
not gonna
moving
be
to have
called a
those
child
words
by
taken
any
down.
of
I
you.
believe it's against the rules to
Going
incite
outside doesn't
violence
incite
against
violence.
another
You can have a
member of
conversation
Congress.
that isn't.
The committee will
interrupting this
suspend.
committee.
The member will state the words he wishes taken down.
Where she said that we can take it outside, which is direct violation against the rules, inciting violence against another member.
What rule? What rule? Cite the rule.
How does that incite violence?
That occurred in Monterey, California in October 2017. At that time, you were still married to your second wife, correct?
I believe so.
And you had just fathered a child by a woman who would later become your third wife, correct?
Senator, I was falsely charged, fully investigated, and completely cleared.
So you think you were completely cleared because you committed no crime. That's your definition of cleared? You had just fathered a child 2 months before by a woman that was not your wife. I am shocked that you would stand here and say you're completely cleared. Can you so casually cheat on a second wife and cheat on the mother of a child that had been born 2 months before, and you tell us you are completely cleared? How is that a complete clear?
Senator, her child's name is Gwendolyn Hope Hegseth, and she's a child of God, and she's 7 years old.
And she
I'm
was,
glad
and
she's here.
you cheated on the mother of that child less than 2 months after that daughter was born, didn't you?
Those were false charges.
Well,
It was fully investigated, and I was completely cleared. And I am so grateful for the marriage I have to this amazing woman behind me.
You've admitted that you had sex at that hotel in October 2017. You said it was consensual, isn't that correct?
Anything,
You've admitted that it was consensual, and you were still married, and you just had a child by another woman.
Again,
how do you explain your judgment?
completely false charges against me.
You
fully investigated, and I was completely clear.
You have admitted that you had sex while you were married to wife 2 after you just had fathered a child by wife 3. You've admitted that. Now, if it had been a sexual assault, that would be disqualifying to be Secretary of Defense, wouldn't it?
It was a false claim then and a false claim now.
If it had been a sexual assault, that would be disqualifying to be Secretary of Defense, wouldn't it?
That was a false claim.
So you
talking about a hypothetical.
So you can't tell me whether someone who has committed a sexual assault is disqualified from being Secretary of Defense?
Senator, I know in my instance, and I'm talking about my instance only, it was a false claim.
But you acknowledge,
And it was
but you
fully
acknowledge
investigated.
that you cheated on your wife and that you cheated on the woman by whom you had just fathered a child. You have admitted that.
I will allow your words to speak for themselves.
You're not retracting that today. That's good. I assume that in each of your weddings, you've pledged to be faithful to your wife. You've taken an oath to do that, haven't you?
Senator, as I've acknowledged to everyone in this committee, not a perfect person, not claiming to be.
But no, I just asked a simple question. You've taken an oath, like you would take an oath to be Secretary of Defense in all of your weddings to be faithful to your wife. Is that correct?
I have failed in things in my life, and thankfully I'm redeemed by my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
In finalizing divorces.
Do you know that being drunk at work is prohibited for service members under the UCMJ?
Senator, those
Yes
are
or no?
multiple false anonymous reports peddled by NBC
Do
News
you know that
run directly
drinking on the job
contradictory to
is
the dozens of men and women at
not
Fox News
contemplated
Channel
on it?
who I work with
I'm
who
not
came
hearing
on
the
the
answer to my
record
question.
and said they've
In your
never
opening
seen
statement,
that.
Mr. Hicks, said you commit to holding leaders accountable at all levels. That includes you, of course. And frankly, as Secretary, you will be on the job 24/7. You recently promised some of my Republican colleagues that you stopped drinking and won't drink if confirmed, correct?
Absolutely.
Will you resign as Secretary of Defense if you drink on the job, which is a 24/7 position?
I've made this commitment on behalf of
Will
the
you
men and women I'm
resign
serving.
as Secretary of Defense
I've
if
made this
you
commitment
drink
on
on the
behalf of
job?
the men and women I'm serving
I'm not
because it's the
hearing-
most important deployment
I'm not
of my
hearing an
life.
answer to my question, so I'm going to move on.
What kind of guidance will be given to those employees? What will happen if, whether or not you pass that audit? Have you led an audit of any organization? Yes or no? I don't want a long answer. Yes or no? Have you led an audit of any organization of which you were in charge?
Senator, in both of the organizations I ran, we were always completely fiscally responsible.
Yes or
with the
no,
money
did
that
you
we
lead
had.
an audit?
And the way
yes
my
or
leadership
no,
has
did you lead
been
an audit?
stated
Yes or
has
no?
been completely
What are you afraid of? You
mischaracterized.
can't answer this question. Yes or no, did you lead an audit? Do you not know this answer?
Senator, every
Yes or
part
no?
of my leadership
Yes
of these
or no?
organizations
Yes
has
or
been
no, did you lead an audit?
misrepresented
I will
from
take
top
that
to
as a no.
bottom.
What were the findings? So there were no findings because you've never led an audit. What guidance did you give the auditors? None, because you've never led an audit.
Divorces from your first and second wives, were there non-disclosure agreements in connection with those divorces?
Senator, not that I'm aware of.
If there were, would you agree to release those first and second wives from any confidentiality agreement?
Senator, it's not something I'm aware of.
But if there were, you would agree to release them from a confidentiality agreement?
Senator, that's not my responsibility.
Did you ever engage in any acts of physical violence against any of your wives?
Senator, absolutely not.
But you would agree with me that if someone had committed physical violence against a spouse, that would be disqualifying to serve as Secretary of Defense, correct?
Senator, absolutely not have I ever done that.
You would agree that that would be a disqualifying offense, would you not?
Senator, you're talking about a hypothetical.
I don't think it's a hypothetical. Violence against spouses occurs every day. And if you as a leader are not capable of saying that physical violence against a spouse should be a disqualifying fact for being secretary of the most powerful nation in the world, you're demonstrating an astonishing lack of judgment.
And I'm glad that you mentioned it. Can you name the importance of at least one of the nations in the ASEAN, and what type of agreement we have with at least one of those nations? And how many nations are in ASEAN, by the way?
I couldn't tell you the exact
No, you
amount of
couldn't,
nations
because
in
you've
that,
not
but I
even
know we have
bothered to
allies
do-
in South Korea and Japan and in AUKUS with Australia, trying to work
Okay.
on submarines with them.
Mr.
and data
Hexet,
transfers
none
with
of those
them.
countries
We
are
have
in
allies
ASEAN.
across.
None of those three countries that you've mentioned are in ASEAN. I suggest you do a little homework before you prepare for these types of negotiations.
The incident in Monterey led to a criminal charge, a criminal investigation, a private settlement, and a cash payment to the woman who filed the complaint. And there was also a non-disclosure agreement, correct?
It was a confidential settlement agreement off of a nuisance lawsuit.
Right. During an interview, you claimed that you settled the matter because you were worried that if it became public, it might hurt your career. Do you maintain that you were blackmailed?
Senator, I maintain that false claims were made against me. And ultimately,
Your attorney
those
used
false
the
claims,
frame,
I have the opportunity to attest my innocence in those false claims.
But you didn't reveal any of this to President Trump or the transition team as they were considering you to be nominated for Secretary of Defense. You didn't reveal the action. You didn't reveal the criminal complaint. You didn't reveal the criminal investigation. You didn't reveal the settlement. You didn't reveal the cash payment. Why didn't you inform the commander-in-chief and the transition team of this very relevant event?
Senator, I've appreciated every part of the process with the transition team. They have been open and honest with me. We've had great conversations between the two of us, and I appreciate the opportunity that President-elect Trump has given me.
You chose not to reveal this, right? Because you knew it would hurt your chances. So you chose not to reveal this really important thing to the commander-in-chief and the transition team because you were worried about your chances rather than trying to be candid with the future president of the United States. Are there any other important facts that you chose not to reveal to the president-elect and his team as they were considering you to be Secretary of Defense?
Senator, I sit here before you in open book, as everyone who's watched this process.
With multiple non-disclosure and confidentiality agreements tying the hands of many people who would like to comment to us.
For 4 minutes and 21 seconds.
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Who's?
It's me.
Ms. Crockett.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
Hold
a
on.
part
I'm
of it.
trying to find clarification on what quality.
Chairman, motion to strike
I
those
had no idea
words.
what you just said.
We're not gonna do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just said
You just voted to do it.
Y'all did it first, so you don't want to talk about
voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look at calm down.
No, because this
I
is
would
what
like
y'all
to get
do.
through proceedings.
So I'm trying to get
Ms.
clarification.
Crockett, you're not
Y'all wanna
recognized.
play
Ms.
games.
Crockett.
I can't hear you with your
And
yelling.
You don't want
calm
me
down.
To be,
Can
no,
you please calm down?
Don't tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all
Please
talk
calm
noise,
down.
and then you
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if
Look, Chairman,
if I
can
come
we
and
send
talk
outside to
shit
take a
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a problem.
Mr.
Order.
Chairman.
All right, chair.
I don't know why
Okay.
you're
Order.
Tim Sheehy has been the least accessible politician that I've ever experienced, and that crosses party lines, Democrat and Republican. He literally has given hardly any interviews to Montana journalists for months now. So all the profiles of his race are talking to people around the campaign, but not with him. And frankly, I think the public is getting very short shrift in terms of information about this candidate. He's someone who the only information we have about him primarily is from information we've dug up, not from him, but from people who know him, and then the information his campaign puts out. He's not one to answer tough questions.
Saw this clip, and I will say, talking about prison reform and talking about low-level crimes like Alice Marie Johnson getting let out of prison, I believe a woman like that should have the right to vote for all intents and purposes. But for Bernie Sanders and Kamala Harris to go on TV and say that the Boston terrorist deserves any rights in this country after killing 3 people and injuring 264 in 2013, I think is disgraceful. RNC turned that into an ad. It is not hard to say people who commit acts of terror in this country should not only be punished, but God forbid they should have any rights that any of us had, or someone who commits a low-level crime like smoking pot or getting caught with a dime bag of pot and going to jail. It is not hard to put lines between terrorists and people who commit low-level crimes, and I was very upset about this morning because just one second, if Democrats want to drag everybody this far left, this is why people like me are so upset and so disenfranchised with how extreme this is. It's not hard to say the Boston terrorist was a psycho lunatic who is a threat not only to national security, but shouldn't be allowed the right to vote in any elections. It's not that hard.
Very clear, though, Kamala Harris did not say that. Kamala Harris said
we should have a
we
conversation.
can have a conversation about it, but I think we need to make it very clear.
And that's fine. That's not good enough for me.
Say that.
That's not good enough for me. Kamala, that's not good enough for me.
She was a prosecutor in California. This is clearly something that she has worked on
they
before.
have discussed.
And I feel like she's thought about it before.
Well, but
does anyone here think a terrorist should have the right to vote?
Well, here's what I'm going to say. If they let this terrorist out because he served his time, he gets his, if he's an American citizen, why is your mouth open like that?
Because he killed people.
Yes, lots of people do this.
He's a terrorist. He's a radicalized terrorist.
Our Constitution says if you've done your time, you have, we hope, been reformed, you've been changed, you've been grown. If they let him out, that means they feel his time is up and he gets to become the American citizen
He should
again.
never be let out. He's a radicalized terrorist.
Well, but you asked me about the vote. He's probably never going to get out. But I'm saying,
simple question: does anybody at this table think anyone who's committed an act of terror that killed 3 Americans and injured 264 should have the right to vote? Anybody at this table?
I don't know.
Yes.
Well, no, that's not the way to ask that question. What? Oh, so it turns out that white people can't tell each other apart either. So. It's really about people.
I disagree. When we talk about racism, we have to understand that it's systemic, though, Whoopi. It is a system.
You guys need to know what real racism is. You need to know what racism is. Racism is when somebody comes up die. That's racism.
Yes.
But
we know that.
But the difference is, I go into Brooks Brothers. My mother will go into, when it used to go into a place, and they would follow her around. Now, do I think it's racist? No, I just think you're ignorant. You think everybody that walks in, you think if they don't look like they have a lot of money? We just saw recently that 2 white people with look very rich walked in and stole a $135,000 coat. So the issue is, you better look at each other as an individual.
But
and
we don't.
decide.
But the reasons we're following black folks and people of color in stores is because of implicit bias. And implicit bias is basically based on the whole system that we've all been taught. Every single American has all been taught that certain people, and black folks, because a lot of the cops who are shooting down innocent black folks are also people of color. So we are all in this system where we've internalized these ideas about folks of color. And so the work is to examine those implicit biases and to see and the effect in ways in which we interact with each other, and also public policy. So yes, it is racist when black folks are followed around stores and profiled in certain ways. It is
having
racist.
watched people, no, listen, I've been black for 60 years, okay? I've been black for 60 years. Yeah. For me, stupidity, there are dumb folks who just say dumb stuff because they're not looking or paying attention to the person they're talking to, which is why people can walk up to Obama and not look up at him and see that it's the
But that's
president.
subconscious racism. I'm sorry. If me and Rosie were going into a store together,
they would follow your behind
they would follow me and not her. When my sister and Carmen and I were in San Antonio, we are in an exclusive hotel. We're in an exclusive VIP lounge. There are millions of people up in that, right? We walk in and they ask my sister Carmen to clean the
She can't stop. She can't stop her from making. There's nothing you can do.
Some chamomile tea over there that might settle it down. Of course, problem is it might put you to sleep. You're welcome. Mr. Jackson, in the latter portion of 1993, there were some allegations leveled at you concerning improper conduct with some young boys. I assume you're familiar with the fact that those allegations were raised. Is that right?
Yes.
In fact, there was ultimately at least 2 grand jury inquiries into that I am currently aware of, although counsel tells me there may have been a third. Were you aware that grand jury investigations were conducted into those allegations?
Yes.
Strike that. Did you know at the time that the grand jury was investigating these matters that they were in fact investigating? In other words, you didn't find out after it had completed. You knew in advance that people were being subpoenaed to testify.
In advance?
Yeah, poorly phrased. Let me rephrase it. It is my understanding that some of Neverland Valley Ranch employees were subpoenaed to testify before the grand jury. Do you know that to be the case as well?
Yes.
Are you familiar with a person named Jordy Chandler?
We're not going there. Don't answer. We're not going to get into who he knows and doesn't know. If you want to ask a question, go ahead and ask it. But I believe it's beyond the scope of discoverable matters in the case.
Whether he knows of Jordy Chandler?
Right.
You're not going to allow me to ask him any questions about Jordan Chandler in any fashion?
We'll take them one by one, but
I can't ask him whether he knows him. I suppose that would sort of preclude other ones, don't you think?
yeah, probably would.
And may I ask for the record what the basis upon which you are going to refuse to allow this witness to disclose whether he knows Mr. Jordan Chandler? As you know, counsel, during the course of discovery in this case, you have already gone into, and I think Mr. Sanger has already gone into, at some depth, a deposition that was taken in the case of Jordy Chandler versus Michael Jackson, given by Adrian McManus. There are issues that are certainly relevant to my interest as to why you inquired as to those depositions that Adrian gave. And you're now telling me I can't even ask whether he knows the man or go into any such areas?
Yeah, let me
Isn't there a quote that comes to mind of what's good for the goose is good for the gander?
Oh, come on, counsel.
What?
Aesop's famous.
Let me just make sure my understanding is clear. Is it your position that you will instruct Mr. Jackson not to answer any questions that pertain to the issue of Jordy Chandler in any way, whether it be claims leveled by Jordy Chandler, if any, or discovery in the Jordy Chandler case vis-a-vis Adrian McManus's deposition and allegations that she testified falsely? Any of that you're not going to let him go into?
That's right. I believe that's correct. With respect to the motivations that are, in your view, germane to the allegations made in the complaint, my client has testified that he knows nothing about those matters that you want to explore his motivations on. So therefore, there's a lack of foundation. But let's just go do what you want to do.
You've raised something that sort of catches me by surprise. You say your client has testified that he knows nothing about these matters. Is this at today's deposition you're referring to, or some other deposition that I was not present at?
Today.
That is strange, since I have not asked about that issue until just now. I have not asked about the allegations specifically. I have asked about investigation. Were you aware that Jordan Chandler or his family on his behalf filed a lawsuit against you?
Yes.
Okay. Were you aware that at some point in time in that lawsuit, Adrian McManus gave her deposition?
I'm not positive.
Your answer confuses me. How do you mean you're not positive? You don't know whether she gave her deposition or not?
Exactly.
So then, if I understand it correctly, you are not going to allow me to go into any areas in connection with Brett Barnes. Is that right?
Well, you can ask. There's nothing I can think of, but I'm not going to categorically say you can't ask anything about him, but I don't think there's anything relevant. So irrelevant that I'm not inclined to let you get into it unless there's an area that you believe is directly tied to the case.
Well, I believe it, but I have a feeling that my believing it's not going to convince you of much. To your knowledge, Mr. Jackson, were you ever accused of having sexually molested Brett Barnes?
Won't answer that.
Do you know a person by the name of Macaulay Culkin?
Yes. No. Get your answer.
So you're going to let him answer questions about Macaulay Culkin?
Let him answer that one.
To your knowledge, were you ever accused of having sexually molested Macaulay?
That's an instruction not to answer on that one.
this is as good a copy of the document as I have available to me at this time. Let me ask you this. Do you recognize the handwriting on these two sheets?
Yes.
Do you know whose handwriting it is?
It's mine.
Do you know what these documents are?
Yeah.
What is this?
Crazy stories that people have created. Things I wanted to set straight in an interview.
Do you know with whom this interview was?
I think it could have been Diane Sawyer, whatever the interview was that I wanted to do. I wanted to set the record straight, that if people hear a lie long enough, people believe it, that people have lied on me. I'm a black American and I'm proud of it, and I'm honored of it. The bleach skin rumor, which is a rumor, I don't bleach my skin. They once said I wanted a white kid to play me as a child, which was a rumor. Inauguration rumor, saying I didn't want to do President Clinton's inauguration. I'm not gay. This says, don't judge a person unless you have spoken to them one-on-one, which is true. Because what you hear is a lie, untrue. I can't make out this part there.
It is illegible in portions, that's true.
And Jesus said to love the children and be like children. Be youthful and be innocent and be pure and honorable. He was talking to his apostles, and they were fighting over who's the greatest among themselves. And he said, whoever humbled yourself like this child is the greatest among me. And he always surrounded himself with children. And that's how I was raised, to believe and to be like that and to imitate that. So I don't know what you're trying to make out of it. I made a list of things. When I get angry enough, I write down what I want to say and what I want to talk about to set the record straight. Because you get to a point where you get tired of people lying. I get tired of situations like this, where people completely lie on me, and I'm sick of it.
I'm asking you, you're obviously aware, certainly after a couple of hours of questions and your memory being refreshed, you certainly are aware that Mr. Schaffel was undertaking projects with your consent. My question is, did you, at the time he was undertaking these projects, have some expectation that at some point in time you would be compensating Mr. Schaffel for his work?
Well, I knew he wanted something, probably. I mean, of course.
I'm not asking what he wanted. I'm asking if you, Michael Jackson, at the time thought, well, I'm going to have to compensate this guy at some point for his services.
I do remember him at times with these long letters of what he should be paid or something like that, wanting me to sign things, but I can't tell you in detail, no.
My question is not what he did. Now, my question is what you were thinking as you were aware that Mark Schaffel was doing these projects for you. Did you have an awareness that at some point in time you were going to have to compensate him for undertaking these projects?
Sure, even though he didn't talk about it.
So sure, you understood that at the time he was doing these projects, you knew eventually you were going to have to pay him a fair fee for what he was doing.
If it was fair, yes.
Okay. Did you ever pay him a fee for anything he did?
I don't know. I'm sure he got money.
You are sure he got? Why are you sure he got money?
Because he seemed to be always happy.
Money doesn't buy happiness.
Well, he was smiling a lot.
I can't believe they didn't tell you. She don't rock with my wife.
Ma'am, please.
She don't gotta own the building. She don't gotta own the building. It's respect. It's respect. 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 You don't bring somebody that don't rock with the act, the main act. You don't bring somebody here that rock with the main act. You don't do that.
Please.
Fucking weirdo ass.
Get him out of here. Get that motherfucker out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Fucking camera, man.
Get him out of here. Get that bitch out of here. Relax. We'll take care of this. Get him out of here right now. He's on the way. Get him out of here right now. He's going home. or it's gonna be a Royal Rumble. Come on, man. Get him out of here. It's gonna be a Royal motherfucking Rumble.
You're on the good side.
It's gonna be a Royal Rumble. Fuck you looking at.
Hey, you're on the good side.
Fuck you looking at, motherfucker.
You don't want any trouble.
Hey, don't you dare touch me.
Hey, you don't do that.
Don't you touch me. I don't care.
I know, but
Listen, white man, don't you touch me. Don't you touch me, white man. Listen. No, don't that white man touch me. That white man better not touch me. Let's go south. You gotta touch me. Hey, you gotta touch me. Walk away.
Now you going. I got a hand. I got a hand. I got a hand. I got here. I got cuff.
Hey, y'all gonna kill me? I got it. Y'all want to kill me, don't y'all, bitches? Y'all want to kill me?
I got
You.
Relax,
You.
I got it.
Ass bitches. You gay. You gay bitches. If you kill me, you all gonna die.
Nobody wants to hurt you.
If you kill me, Cracker, you're going down first.
Nobody wants to hurt you.
I'm not a cracker, you're going down first.
I'm not a
Cracker,
cracker.
you're going down first, Cracker.
All right.
On my motherfucking
All right, get her up. Get her up.
Dorito se van a morir.
Get her up.
Dorito, ustedes se van a morir. Dorito se van a morir. Dorito, y tú vas a hacer el
Come on, let's go. We're gonna ride forward now. Hey, let's go. Let's go.
To the right. To the right.
To the right.
Garage?
Yo. Let go of me. Let go of me. Y'all going down first. All the blackies are going down first. You fucking bitch. You fucking.
We're going to the
Y'all gonna die. Hey. Let go of me. You little bitch ass. You let all these old crackers. They ain't save your mother, bitch. They save your mother, bitch. They don't you. Fuck you.
Hey. Let's go. We're gonna get more charges.
Don't you.
Stop kicking. Stop kicking. Stop kicking.
Let go.
Stop resisting. Stop kicking.
Let go.
Stop. Hey.
Let go.
Cut it out. Stop. Cut it out. Hey. Go. Just get her up and go. I got it. Don't worry about it. Go. Go.
Let go. Let go. Right now.
I am here now.
Hey.
There's millions to the bomb. You're just going to be silent.
All right.
I don't care who you got me.
Who's Mike? Who's Mike?
Don't worry.
Just take it.
Your experience with a magazine other than Hip Hop Weekly, that's what that magazine did.
That's what every magazine does.
You ever heard of the magazine Field and Stream?
No.
It's about hunting and fishing and things.
Oh, no.
Right. About Fancy Cat. You know anything about Fancy Cat magazine?
No.
Right. You're telling me what every magazine does, but you don't really know what every magazine does, do you?
Well, every magazine, well, I do know. When
really?
You have, yeah. When
you can tell me for magazines.
Well, you're talking about a magazine that has.
Let me ask you the question.
Fishers don't know how to talk. Fishers can't talk. So if you put a picture of a magazine, you're not going to interview a fish to get you can't ask a fish a question. So you telling me about magazines that have animals. When do you know animals to talk? But when you have a magazine with a human like us that can speak and that can say what they want to say, they don't just get put on the magazine. And this is a fact. Okay? Nobody gets put on a magazine, no human. We're not talking about fishes.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about the fake word. We're talking about the real life.
Mm-hmm.
When a human gets put on a magazine,
mm-hmm.
there automatically has to do an interview.
Mm.
Automatically. They just don't put your picture on the magazine without asking you questions. Because if that's the case, they're not going to use you because they want an article with the picture.
What about when the National Enquirer posts those pictures of people looking
fat on the beach. You think they interviewed them?
Objection to the formal question.
I don't understand that question.
Do you know if the National Enquirer, every time they put somebody's picture on the front, interviewed all those people?
First of all, why are we talking about fat people, Mr. Dan? Why? I don't understand. That's not, Mr. Dan, that question does not.
If you don't know,
that question does
answer to that
not.
question, just say you don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So you've told me what every magazine does, but
I tell you what every magazine does with a person that they doing an article on when they take a picture. They don't just put your face on a magazine and just write something at the bottom without you saying something about it. It doesn't work like that. Maybe in the magazines with the fishes and, like you said, the fat people, which I don't know how that comes on my case, which is not, it doesn't have fishes and fat people does not have anything to do with my case. So I would like to keep that out of my case because it's not right. It's degrading to me.
Remember earlier today when I asked you?
No.
Why don't you listen to what I had to say first? And then maybe you'll tell me yes or no.
I don't have to listen to anything you have to say.
Clarify my questions. If you have a question about my question,
today is not
you have
for
the
you
right to be clear for you to be able to be clear. You remember being in Australia ever?
I don't know if I've been to Australia. I've been to Australia?
Are you aware that Scooter Braun knows that your bodyguards have attacked photographers?
What objection to form? What kind of question is that? That didn't make sense.
That's correct.
That doesn't make sense. That's a weird question. That doesn't make sense. Can you just ask some foundation?
I didn't hear your response. Again, sir, I didn't
finish.
Oh, I'm sorry. I won't interrupt.
Really? You didn't want to interrupt.
Is it true that you know that your security guards will punch, grab, and push Paps if they need to?
I object.
Would you please look at the film that's up there? Go ahead and start.
This is a film?
Please, sir.
This is a film?
Pause it. Would you please watch the television?
You said it's a film. You said watch the film. Is this a film?
Is there a difference between a film and something else?
Yes.
It's a yes or no answer required, right?
My lawyer's asking a question.
Please, sir.
My lawyer's asking a question.
I'm not here to answer his questions. You're here to answer mine. Have you ever disciplined Mr. Hesney?
Disciplined? What kind of question is that? Is he my son? Guess what? Guess what? I don't recall.
We're not going on the video record, or does that
You got Selena Gomez?
Yes.
Would you be dating her at some point in time?
What's the relevance of that? Why are you asking that question?
Because I'm allowed to ask.
No, you're not allowed to just make up stuff and ask it. What are you talking about?
It sounds like you're trying to harass him.
Be a lawyer, man.
Stop making
journalism. This isn't journalism.
What is the relevance? What's your pro offer?
Have you ever?
What's your
if
pro?
You have an objection, state your objection.
What's your pro offer of relevance on that?
Sir, have you ever talked with Selena Gomez and discussed your feelings about paparazzis with her?
Don't ask me about her again.
Sir.
Move on to another.
Don't ask me about her again. Don't ask me about her again.
Have you ever?
Don't ask me about her again. Don't ask me about her again.
Wait, let's take a break.
You know what? Just stop.
We gotta take a break.
Don't ask me about her again.
We gotta take a break.
The client's not asking for a break.
Don't ask me about her again.
Let's take a break, Justin.
302. Did I say something funny?
You don't need to argue with the witness. Do you want to state your question again?
Is there anything funny in my question as to why you were laughing?
What is your question? Should we have it read back?
Well, I don't know, Katie Couric. You tell me.
Are you calling me Katie Couric?
No.
Is this a news interview for you? It's not. It's your deposition. Do you understand that?
Yes. But I see what you're doing.
Have you ever spoken with Scooter Braun regarding photographers who want to take a picture of it.
Asked and answered several times.
That one was an answer.
That was definitely an ask before that question was a
What was your answer? Please, remind me of your answer.
No. It seems like a 16-minute interview.
You get career. Do you know Raymond Usher the Fourth?
No.
Do you know an individual, an entertainer by the name of Usher?
Yeah, Usher. That sounds familiar.
Isn't it true that Usher was instrumental in starting your career?
What does that have to do with this litigation, Mr. DeKalb? This is just you trying to harass the client.
Before we came back here, you had asked me.
She's going to let her read back the question. Thank you for your memory. Is it true that Usher was very instrumental in starting your career?
That was the last question.
I was found on YouTube. I think that I was detrimental to my own career.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you at all. I'm sitting right next to you. Okay,
I said I think I was instrumental to my own
hear back
career.
from the court reporter.
Instrumental.
Said I think I was instrumental to my own career.
Thank you, sir. But my question was Usher, was he helpful to your professional career?
Yes.
Is Usher a close friend of yours?
Yes.
Is Usher a confidant?
I guess, yes.
Has Usher given you career advice?
Is this an interview or a deposition?
Mr. Bieber, you are charged with the following. DUI, alcohol or drugs, resisting without violence, and driving with an expired driver's license. So the total bond would be $2,500, broken down $1,000 resisting without violence.
No, I think we're gonna see. You know, we're gonna see how it feels to have it be out there.
It's gonna be great. You're a winner.
Oh my God! When I'm talking, you're not talking. No, when I'm talking, you're not talking. This is why. Yes, we'll have to just cut him out of the show. No, no. I mean, I think this is a really raw show, and it's very real, and we took.
Hey, I said man with a little substance too. I'm not a little man who does substances.
What?
Nothing. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. You?
I'm great. Where are you from?
New York,
Oh, okay. What part?
Brownville.
Oh, okay. I ain't never been there before. I actually have never left Louisiana, so
Louisiana?
yeah.
You don't sound like you're from Louisiana.
Well, I am.
I don't know.
You think everybody from Louisiana sound like people from New Orleans? Well, they don't.
Your energy
It's not the only
is
place.
too high.
My energy is what?
Why your background like that? What the fuck going on?
I'm just at home. Why is your background like that? You got a sheet on the wall.
No, that's definitely a curtain.
That's definitely a sheet that you tacked on the wall.
I bet that wig.
I'm not wearing a wig.
I bet that wig.
That ring is rod. Get a new rod.
Your wig look like a rod.
No,
Your wig
I'm
look
about to give me
sad.
your rod.
Your wig look like it's about to
How
run
about
away.
you come give me your rod?
Oh, you need to just tilt that bit like this. Just tilt that motherfucker just like that. Back up. Back up. Back up right now. Back up. That's crazy. You in a whole background, bro.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What you doing, cat daddy?
Give me the backstory here.
No, the first time she said it, okay, she had, when we first started dating, she had hand surgery and she was coming out of anesthesia and she just goes, I love you. And I said, what? And she goes, I love you. And I said,
I don't remember.
I was like, go back to bed. And then, no, she said it a few times as a mistake. And then I was in New York City and I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I have this whole thing planned. And I was laying in bed with her and we're like about to say it. And then she says it before me. She steals my moment.
Yeah, I did.
Stole the thunder.
She stole it.
It was just too much. I was excited.
So it was the propofol that led you to the altar.
Basically, I'm very...
Oh, she's so fat, right? I remember that. But then they were like, ew. What is the ew? I have to know.
Like, you know how, like, people, when you before, like, your weight loss, people used to be like, oh my God, she need to lose weight, she too fat, that shit not cute. That's what I was pertaining to, that part. Like, people just was like, oh my God, she need to lose weight, that shit not cute. Like, that was the ew that I was pertaining to.
Oh, got you. Because you were like, and then she looks so good, and people are like, ew, because Shay was like, oh, because what, she did surgery or she did, you know what I mean? She's on Ozempic or whatever. Was that, I thought that you were kind of referring to, actually, I thought you were saying I got too little.
No. So what I'm saying now is like, people always have something to say. You know, like, women is like, you need to lose weight. Then you lose weight, and it's like, oh my God, that don't look good on her. She, like, you just can never be,
right.
People can never be like, it's them if you do, them if you don't. It's kind of like what I was trying to say. Because it's like, for instance, sometimes I see some people saying, like, everybody say you look good, but then you have the little 5% that's just like, she looked better when she was fat.
Wow.
Like, that's what I'm saying. It's just them if you do, them if you don't. But you're doing it for yourself, not these people. But I just was just referencing to, like, you can't make nobody happy and they always got something to say when it comes to a woman's body. Why? I don't know. Like, why y'all always picking on women's body? It's like, you don't get surgery and it's like, you got a little boy body. Oh my God, she need to gain weight. She too skinny. Or you like a little boy. Then you do get a BBL. We don't like BBLs. We like natural bodies. So why would you get surgery? Like,
yep. It's never enough.
Especially when it comes to women's body, I don't understand what would be the big issue anyway.
In the interview, I said I get, like, my nigga got like 4 times to cheat on me before I leave, and you know, the internet love to be, oh my God, she's so motherfucking dumb. In reality, we all done got cheated on the stage. Everybody, like, if you really in love with your nigga, you locked in, y'all been together, it's not easy to walk away. You got some women that's going to get the fuck on. Yeah. Some women that's going to, the first time they man cheat, they're out. It's not easy to walk away. Like, after you done built something with somebody, y'all done been together for so long, it hurts. Of course you want to leave, but you're not just want to leave. Like, y'all love to get on the internet. Oh, bitch, you so motherfucking dumb. You said 4 times. Yes, bitch. I know plenty of bitches in relationships, they getting cheated on right now or been cheating on, and they know they nigga cheating. Some women just not leaving their man. My first time is like, you hurting me. I can't believe you would do this to me. Okay, cool. We probably gonna get back together, but our relationship will never be the same. Right. It's never gonna be the same. Second time is like, oh, okay, so you a cheater. Third time, I'm already cheating back. Fourth time, after though, you got to go, bitch.
3, the crimes that you are still charged with. And think of all the civil penalties you have. How many billions of dollars do you owe in civil penalties for molesting a woman in public, for doing a whole range of things, of having sex with a porn star on the night while your wife was pregnant? I mean, what are you talking about? You have the morals of an alley cat.
Give him an answer.
I didn't have sex with a porn star. And Democrats, all Democrats, they destroyed and deleted all of the information they found because they found out we were right. We were right. And they deleted and destroyed all of the information. They should go to jail for that. If a Republican did that, they'd go to jail.
Thank you, President Trump. President Biden, I want to give you a minute.
The only person on this stage is a convicted felon is the man I'm looking at right now.
When he talks about a convicted felon, his son is a convicted felon at a very high level. His son is convicted, going to be convicted probably numerous other times. Should have been convicted before, but his Justice Department let the statute of limitations lapse on the most important things.
Every single thing he said is a lie. Every single one. For example, veterans are a hell of a lot better off since I passed the PACT Act. 1 million of them now have insurance, and their families have it. Their families have it because what happened, whether it was Agent Orange or burn pits, they're all being covered now. And his group opposed that. We're also in a situation where we have great respect for veterans. My son spent a year in Iraq, living right next to one of those burn pits, came back with stage 4 glioblastoma. I was recently in France for D-Day, and I spoke all about those heroes that died. I went to the World War I cemetery he refused to go to. He was standing with his 4-star general, and he told me, he said, I don't want to go in there because they're a bunch of losers and suckers. My son was not a loser, was not a sucker. You're the sucker. You're the loser. Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death.
The total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
He's getting you got to ask these people to put up the money. We're over $100 billion more spent, and it has a bigger impact on them because of location, because we have an ocean in between. You got to ask them. As far as Israel and Hamas, Israel's the one that wants to go. He said the only one that wants to keep going is Hamas. Actually, Israel is the one, and you should let him go and let him finish the job. He doesn't want to do it. He's become like a Palestinian, but they don't like him because he's a very bad Palestinian. He's a weak one.
President Biden, you have a minute.
I've never heard so much foolishness. This is a guy who wants to get out of NATO. Are you going to stay in NATO? He's going to pull out of NATO. The idea that we have, our strength lies in our alliances as well. It may be a big ocean, but we're ever able to avoid a war in Europe, a major war in Europe? What happens if, in fact, you have Putin continue to go into NATO? We have an Article 5 agreement. Attack on one is attack on all. They, in fact, pay 8.2% in taxes. If they just paid 24%, 25%, either one of those numbers, they'd raise $500 billion, I should say, in a 10-year period. We'd be able to wipe out his debt. We'd be able to help make sure that all those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our health care system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
So I've dealt with politicians all my life. I've been on this side of the equation for the last 8 years. I've never seen anybody lie like this guy. He lies. I've never seen it. He can look you in the face. About so many other things, too. And we mentioned the laptop. We mentioned Russia, Ukraine. Everything he does is a lie. It's misinformation and disinformation. The losers and suckers story that he made up is a total lie on the military. It's a disgrace. But Social Security, he's destroying it because millions of people are pouring into our country, and they're putting them onto Social Security. They're putting them onto Medicare, Medicaid. They're putting them in our hospitals. They're taking the place of our citizens. What they're doing to the VA, to our veterans, is unbelievable. Our veterans are living in the street, and these people are living in luxury hotels. We had the safest border in the history of our country. The border, all he had to do was leave it. All he had to do was leave it. He decided to open up our border, open up our country to people that are from prisons, people that are from mental institutions, insane asylum, terrorists. We have the largest number of terrorists coming into our country right now, all terrorists, all over the world, not just in South America, all over the world. They come from the Middle East, everywhere. All over the world, they're pouring in. And this guy just left it open. And he didn't need legislation because I didn't have legislation. I said, close the border. We had the safest border in history. In that final couple of months of my presidency, we had, according to Border Patrol, who is great, and by the way, who endorsed me for president, but I won't say that, but they endorsed me for president. Brandon, just speak to him. But look, we had the safest border in history. Now we have the worst border in history. There's never been anything like it. And people are dying all over the place, including the people that are coming up in caravans.
The only terrorist who's done anything crossing the border is one who came along and killed three, under his administration, killed an Al-Qaeda person come in his administration, killed three American soldiers. That's the only terrorist that's there. I'm not saying that no terrorist ever got through, but the idea they're emptying their prisons, we're welcoming these people, that's simply not true. There's no data to support what he said. Once again, he's exaggerating, he's lying.
President Biden?
You can see he is 6'5" and only 223 pounds, or 235 pounds. Well, you said 6'4", 200. Well, anyway, that's what anyway, just take a look at what he says he is, and take a look at what he is. Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him. The reason I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6. But by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag. Think you can do it?
That's the biggest law. He's a 6 handicap of all.
I was an 8 handicap.
Yeah.
8. But I have, you know how many?
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
Okay, let's
not act like children.
President Trump, we're going to
Let's not act like children.
2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way. And I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. I think I'm in very good shape. I feel that I'm as in good a shape as I was 25, 30 years ago. Actually, I'm probably a little bit lighter.
What American president would ever say Nazis coming out of fields carrying torches, singing the same anti-Semitic bile, carrying swastikas were fine people? And this is a guy who says Hitler's done some good things. I'd like to know what they are. The good things Hitler's done, that's what he said. This guy has no sense of American democracy.
President Trump.
Jake, both of you know that story has been totally wiped out, because when you see the sentence, it said 100% exoneration on that story. He just keeps it going. He says he ran because of Charlottesville. He didn't run because of Charlottesville. He ran because it was his last chance. He's not equipped to be president.
You don't think that was messy to go and say that?
Say what?
To go back and tell the twins that I was shitting on them?
They came to me. This whole drama in the house started because of what you did.
So what exactly did I say that shitted on
Why
them?
did
All
you
I
see
did
how
was
you're
uphold.
still divided? It's still getting divided.
No, because I don't like the fake shit. I feel like at this point, I think you're being manipulative and you're being covert. Yes, you are.
Some bitches can't even own what the f come out their mouth.
I had nothing to do with it.
Honestly, to God, I don't know who originated the rumor.
Tell your husband immediately that is going on.
And the person that told our circle, she never told us who she had heard the rumor from.
Because you come to me and I confided in you, and when everybody was shit on you, let me talk to you. When everybody was saying shit about you, and I literally stood up, I told everybody, I said, I want to believe that I'm not fighting with a woman. I'm not fighting with a woman.
You are though.
I'm a real estate attorney, but we didn't hire you, bitch.
Can you go over there and let's get your wife and let's go home?
I think that's what I'm about to do.
Let's go.
Bitch, you don't hire your real estate attorneys. Why don't you understand that you're
Hey, Niv, can I talk to Niv?
I don't want to talk.
What you doing?
I don't want to talk.
Why are you packing up your stuff?
I just didn't say I didn't want to talk. Let me leave.
I'm sorry.
No,
here.
I don't want to talk.
What are you?
I just did not tell y'all.
Okay.
Walk up on me. Walk up on me. Because I don't do that. Whoa. Everybody at this I need.
This Christmas party has basically turned into the 4th of July because there ain't nothing but fireworks popping out tonight. That's it.
Because I'm buying commercial real estate in Detroit, and bitch, it's $2,500.
So y'all know I did the commitment form, as you asked.
Right.
If y'all can at least go through it and sketch out what you think estimated numbers are for each person.
Can you spell my name right?
What is your name?
I'm project manager.
Peers, like a peer.
P-I-E-R-S.
Oh, an S. Oh, my bad.
Basic journalistic rule. Right.
Here you go.
Spell the name of your boss correctly.
You're not my boss. You're a manager. There's
I'm
a
your
difference.
boss.
Trump is my boss.
You are a piece of and you're a stupid blonde.
Star thinks that I should be it, so why don't I
Was
be
that your
it?
choice, Nene? You wanted to do it?
This morning, Star said, why don't you be the project manager?
Well, that was
and
very
I said,
generous of
why
Star.
don't I? Right. It's all strategic, but I get it.
Now, do you think she had good intentions, Nene, or bad intentions?
Bad intentions.
Bad.
Trying to be strategic and trying to throw me under the bus with her, but it's all good. It's going down.
And you have been so manipulated. You have been so manipulated. She is going to knock you off. Do you think you're going to win? You are not going to win. I don't want to hear. You're not going to win.
Joan,
You've been
I'm still
manipulated.
here. I'm still here. Melissa's not. So how am I the one that's manipulated? How about that?
Figure it out.
Yeah,
Figure
I'm
it
still
out.
here.
Good.
How about
Does
that?
this mean that much to you?
I'm your boss.
Don't get
I'm
fooled.
your boss.
He's my boss.
I'm going to just spell my name right, Amaris, yeah? So I am the budget. Okay.
There you go.
So you really
There's
are
your
childish,
request.
as I said, right? I don't like that kind of behaviour.
Shut up, turn around, don't talk to me.
Amarosa woke up this morning, knew she was going to produce no money, knew that was the only criteria I laid down, so she did what Amarosa does best. She threw one of her tantrums.
You mentioned to me that you're starting therapy this week.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I mean, I think it's interesting. I want to know, what are your goals with your therapist?
To find out where that anger stems from.
Okay. How do you take that?
I mean, the way I was treated by you this season is unacceptable. You attacked me, and I really don't have an interest in being friends with you.
Band, and you argue about your name being spelled instead of motivating your team. I'm going to teach you about leadership, ass.
I have absolutely no respect for Pierce. My whole mission was to break him down. And I knew his weak spots. And I exploited them.
The mother of your children hates you, Pierce, and your children hate you, Pierce. They're embarrassed by you.
What I'm doing in my therapy, I'm creating healthy boundaries. And a healthy boundary is not being in a toxic relationship.
Are you saying that our entire friendship was toxic?
Absolutely.
Felt like the constant calling her an alcoholic was so counterproductive to what the outcome should be. You can't bully someone into not drinking.
You can be as abusive to me as you like. You can say I'm having affairs. She can insult me as much as she likes. I'm a big boy. Every other sentence from her mentioned my children, mentioned my family. You know, I find it just sickening.
Welcome to my you visiting.
Oh my God, this is horrible.
When you say you need to get the help that you need, we have to let Shannon determine what that help is.
Thank you.
Tamara, Christine from Queensland, Australia, said, why do you feel mocking and berating Shannon is going to make her stop drinking?
Yeah, no, looking back, obviously that just came from anger. And that was my one thing to go to because I know that it would upset her in that actual argument.
If she's lying, I'm telling you she's lying. Here we go. Y'all funny. Y'all real funny.
Katie Nora in San Antonio wants to know the story behind getting snubbed by Heather at Sutton's Christmas party.
Oh, this is good because there's three different stories. The first story was that I saw you in the driveway and I looked at you
At the
and
driveway?
I looked at
You
your
never
husband.
saw me at the driveway. You saw me in
My
front of the
turn to
bar.
speak.
I'm not real funny. I'm telling here's the problem, Tay. You want me to tell you what happened and then you snap off on me. Why would I continue to tell you? No, I'm gonna fucking start because you want to tell me, you ask me what the fuck, and then you fucking pop off. So why the fuck would I not get mad at Tay? You do this every motherfucking day. Like, don't fucking start with me.
Second story was that I was at the bar.
That
and
is the story.
And I was with Denise Richards and Camille
Grammer.
But I never even saw Camille at that party. That was story 2. And then story 3
She was
that you
standing
just,
right next to you.
I'm still speaking. And story 3 was that we were in a group of people and your name was said. And I heard it.
No, that was about
and
Sutton's
I'm still
recent
not
party.
done.
Jay, you popping off on us. You don't have to make sure I'm cool. What you need to do is calm down. What you need to do is calm down and stop popping off on everything. Popping off. This room a nightmare. Got the room then.
Let me just tell you something.
Oh my God.
When someone's coming into this group, we all want to have friends. Only a moron would do that, and I am not a moron.
I feel like it's a pattern with you that every time you get called out on something, there's just an excuse
always
for
a
everything.
story.
There's a story that's always different than someone else's story.
Right here. Because I'm telling you right now, I've always had your back, but I can't take this every day. I have my back. You don't have to have my back. I'm a big girl. Bitch. Well, then let's Bitch. Did you say bitch? I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here.
How many pounds was your baby? Oh, she was 5.5. And I take care of my daughter every day. I take her to school and pick her up from school. It's a job every day. Not really. What you call it? I call it being a mother. I don't think it's a job. Okay, but being a mother is a full-time job. I don't think so. But you know, we're gonna keep letting you living it up, not paying your taxes.
So my question was, why did she take that woman's husband?
That cannot be your opening line. Go rewrite it. That was not it.
Wait, what is your name again? My name? I think you know my name. But go ahead. My first time meeting you. Yes. Anything else you want to know besides that? Like, what's your last name? Well, where you from? My last name. How do you know me?
At the end of the day, what me and my husband went through was an amazing blessing, and it put us in a great place. That's right. Maybe one day you'll get there too. Where are you? Because you're looking real thrifty tonight. I am supposed to. Look, I'm supposed to. Like, what are you talking about? I don't know where you want me to get to. I'm not going to go where you go. Stop! Stop!
So that's how you begin to get to know someone? I said it to Shamia.
I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, whoa, whoa.
Kelly can be a little spicy, but that's my girl. So let's keep it cute.
Kelly, I'm like, girl, I know you're joking, right? You're joking. She was dead ass serious.
You still didn't answer the question though.
Okay, so
Bronwyn thinks I'm a bad person that says mean things that brought her daughter up when I was trying to be kind.
I do think you say things just to be dramatic.
I have been so nice to you.
No, you basically called me a slut.
I don't even use that word since 1990.
We're friends. I can't
asked you at that lunch. I said, "Is that really your girlfriend, Heather?"
And I told you exactly what I'm telling you now.
You said she's a historical friend, and I said, "Is that really?" You would say that is one of your girlfriends, and you said, nah, "Tamara's a historical friend."
By the way, I do not talk like that. First of all,
I don't look like I have a high body count, and I don't dress like I have a high body count. And I don't wear my hair like I have a high body count.
Do you think my hair looks cheap?
It looks a little pornish.
Do you really mean it? You think my hair looks stunning?
That looks like high body count hair. This does not, that does not, that does not. That's high body count hair. That's a high body count dress.
Do you feel like you ever say too much? Do you feel like you ever go too low? Do you feel like
of course we all do. I'm not the only one here.
I think you take it lower.
I
you take it much
do.
lower.
Yeah.
What I will say is, you are definitely fierce, and when we piss you off, you throw venom.
I am not going to deny that.
You really hate to have your hair messed up or touched or anything?
Who said
Panicking
that?
at the thought
Who said that?
Why is that, though?
What? Oh, no.
Why?
I say, Kathy Lee, isn't it time for some wine?
Just a little?
There we go.
Is it the... What about the eyebrows?
There we go. Oh, the eyebrows. Oh, go to town, baby. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wine, please.
Also, Little Nas X coming out.
We love him.
I don't know if he officially came out. Did he?
Yeah,
I think
he did,
he just sort of suggested.
No, he went on another interview and he was like, he fully said that he's gay.
He's gay? He's not bi?
He's saying that he's gay, yes.
Well, I don't think he would say it if it weren't true.
I know, but I'm here for it.
I think it's amazing in hip-hop that we're having this moment. I think more guys who are gay in hip-hop should come out.
Do you think there's more?
Girl.
It's only this group that really have negative things to say about him. I know a lot of people have wonderful things to say about him.
A lot of the public, too. It's not just us, honey. It's everywhere. Gretchen,
everywhere you guys hang out. Everywhere I hang out, there's not one person that has a negative thing.
I was in Mexico
Vicky,
last
don't
week.
tell me that you're in Europe and people are talking about Slade. Give me a break.
People say, I hear Gretchen's dating Slade. Yes, I'll tell you exactly where it was. It was in the Vatican.
I know you love Wicked.
Oh, my gosh. Wicked. Over that. I will not get over Cynthia Erivo doing that to the death of me. That literally, when I tell you I was in the bathroom, in the shower, in the kitchen doing that same thing. I'm like, yes, let me free.
She ate down.
You just ate it down too, though. We didn't even see that coming. So if you could do her, I heard you could do Ariana Grande too.
My God.
Can you give us, show us an impression of her? We want to see that, don't we, y'all? This girl is hilarious.
So the moment you're talking about is when I was either her 16th birthday or her 18th birthday, guys. I was at Ariana Grande's birthday, and it was so dramatic as you would expect it to be for Ariana Grande.
Yes.
But I didn't expect it to be as dramatic as her doing a duet with Patti LaBelle. Literally, she's like, ladies and gentlemen, Patti LaBelle. And Patty Bell walk out and they up there just singing down. And we're like all teenagers like, I guess we going up for Patty. You know, yes, Patty. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know what else. I love the way. I love the way.
Oh my God. Anything you want to get off your chest about him to start?
I mean, you know, peasants can't summon queens, so.
Right.
Kenya,
I have nothing to
you know, you have to know. Look at me. You can make eye contact with me. Or are those contacts, are they real?
How does that make you feel when you see that your husband doesn't have your back? And actually, you know, you guys are one. You're a unit.
Well, I'm going to let Andy ask the question.
Yeah, but
well, no, but it's the question that I was going to ask. Well, no, but it's a good.
Okay. Hold up, stop.
Really?
So you guys thought that it was a compliment?
Yes.
For her to say that
If
Toya
someone
looks
named,
like a dog.
if someone named their dog after me and they were like, oh, he kind of looks like you or whatever, I would think it was cute.
Yeah.
You love dogs.
If you loved your dog
Heavenly, if you named your dog Heavenly, I'd be honored.
I wouldn't name my babies.
But I mean, you don't have to.
You do know that you are on the show, like a villain, right? You know, you have to know this, correct? You've gotten better.
Well,
but you are a villain.
Michael, I don't need you to tell me what I am or am not.
On the show.
I appreciate you being a fan, though. Thank you for watching. Keep the cable on. And just because someone was nice to you and they're not nice to your wife, really means you should like them too.
Okay.
You should have a united front.
Okay. We were just asking the same question.
We were asking the same thing, but that's okay. But he's the host. But she feels like this is your show, so I shouldn't ask anything.
Well,
so she
no,
has to come back down to Sister Circle for me to ask those questions.
Okay,
But it's
all right.
completely fine.
That's true.
I think I might name my baby Heavenly.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I wouldn't name my dog Quad either, but you know. No, I wouldn't.
How many do you have?
3. I have 3 dogs.
3, and none of them are named Quad.
No, definitely not.
They shouldn't be.
No, and they will not be.
Oh, I don't think they should.
Absolutely.
Oh, I don't think they should.
No.
A new job would help with that.
Oh, Kenya, please, Kenya, you wish you were me, Kenya.
A middle-aged fat white guy.
Kenya, why were you being so shady to Quad earlier in the show, not letting her ask the question earlier?
Well, that's going to take too long for me to answer.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there a reason behind it?
Just sum it up real quick.
There's a
Just
reason.
give people 2 words. That's why
They're not extra. They're not.
Well,
They're not.
you know what? I'm extra in the right way.
You are.
Throw
Thank
your
you.
shade somewhere
Thank you.
else, dear.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Come on now, Quad. We had the thing.
What girl? We're having fun.
Kenya,
And out of work.
How do I
No.
And you work. Look me up.
No,
You're talking about fat.
She said out of work.
Kenya, a lot of women housewives, they talk about glam squads. You have like a whole football team back there.
Yeah,
they have the blow torches, the buzz saws.
I thought you said something in favor of my ex-husband once before. I thought
I love him. Is that a bad thing?
Well, if you love who you love.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
You think
in my
so?
opinion, I can't speak to how he treated you.
You
'Cause
cannot.
That's separate.
And just like I can't speak to what's going on with your marriage
Exactly,
right now.
that's
I can't.
true.
And we're gonna thank Jesus.
Keep moving.
And we're gonna thank Jesus, Andy.
You guys just keep going.
I don't need to do this. I don't need to do
Heavenly
this.
is such a beautiful person. She really is.
Yes.
She is.
But I really thought that, you know, when I first met her,
we were on the BET Red
and I was
carpet.
very sweet to you.
And I was very sweet to you as well.
And then
we
she was
both
on the
took pictures
show
together.
with Sheree, and then she was saying some shady
What did
stuff.
I say about you?
Oh.
Well, no. Well,
Okay.
if you remember so much, then go ahead and refresh your memory.
Yes, I think it's interesting.
Chapel.
You guys want to do that? Go do that.
So sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. Hello. How's it going, Chapel? Hello. Yes. How are you? Oh my gosh. Kicking us off, but we want to thank you. But first I wanted to say that I'm really sorry about interrupting Babyface earlier. Chapel Roan had come up and there was a lot of commotion as there is on these carpets, but I'm a big Babyface fan, and as are we all, and so I just wanted to say that I really apologize. But thank you so much for having me, you guys. It's been great.
You've been wonderful.
Thank you so much, Krista.
Yeah.
It's been great having you on here.
I remember some lightweight stuff.
Okay.
Well, you're still holding on to it. Many years later, I don't recall. I always liked you. And I don't understand.
Really?
I did. So tell me exactly what was said.
No, we don't have to get into it now.
Oh, well, I
It's
would
a live
love
show,
to.
right?
Yeah,
I would love to. I
Yeah.
love to get into it live.
I like it to be about
I love
our
to get
viewers.
into it live.
Last night I went to the Zoolander 2 premiere. First of all, I love the movie. I was so much fun. I'm a Zoolander fan, a Will Ferrell fan, Ben Stiller, whatever. I'm on the carpet, and I understand, like, you know,
there's rise and fall of people's celebrity. I get it, you know, and I definitely respect those who get it. However, I'm doing an interview with someone, and the producer of this show, can I touch you, Joy, or should I do it to somebody?
Please do.
Okay, I'm not gonna hurt you. She goes like this, move, get Kendall, get out of the way! Excuse me. Am I tripping?
What happened then?
What happened then? I looked at her, I said, I'm sorry, I guess I guess she's more important than everyone else on the panel. That's fine. But you don't have to hit me to get somebody else's interview. You can ask me kindly, excuse me, Kendall Jenner is coming. I need to interview her. And I'll wait. But don't.
I love it. What's the one beauty product that you can't live without? You're busy, you're on The View, you're always working. Elizabeth Arden, 8-hour queen. Oh, that's okay. Someone's more important, so I'm going to let you go.
Sorry.
Thank you, Raven. This is Alicia for Star Shop.
How are you?
I actually think you've done a lot of good for yourself. I think you've been an amazing player.
Apparently
and
not
frankly,
amazing enough.
Well, you have done really an amazing job. But Melissa, you're fired.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Go ahead, please.
Nuh-uh. Bye-bye.
Working with two very strong teammates, have your ideas been fully heard, Diana, or have Not they been lost a really. little bit in the noise? Not really. I've been trying to still. It's tough, you know. He knows what he's doing, and she's as loud as possible.
Diane,
But,
that's not even true.
but
This
again-
whole day I've been really, really quiet.
But again,
and you're being passive aggressive, and
Lisa,
it's not
please.
cool.
I'm talking to them.
Clay.
That's brutal.
Just awful.
It's going to be a tough team, these two.
I thought Brandy, once she realized that everything was on the line, boom.
She really fought back.
You bet. Wow. Anything can happen in the boardroom.
Joan is not going to be happy.
You have now got a Nazi and a follower.
The bulk of the writing has been done by Lisa.
I'm not putting her down, and I'm not putting her on a side. And this is not me trying to put any credit on anybody because everybody's here working, and I'm also trying to do something on writing. So Lisa cannot say I just should do everything.
I can't even take your bull. I am shocked at this.
You know, Melissa's her support system, and those two have been kind of teamed up, even though they've been on separate teams. You know, it's mother and daughter. You know, you can't break that bond.
43-year career. I don't work with scum.
They both
I'm out of here too.
like two little pit vipers.
No kidding. No.
Whore pit vipers.
Okay. You have to tell him I'm loud. So if you want loud, honey, you got it. You know
you
what,
have a
Clay?
loud voice.
Back me up.
This isn't necessarily in Diana's wheelhouse, so a major bulk of the work has fallen on myself and Lisa.
I am sick of this. And you know what? To have you bring that in, you're a little bitch.
Bye, guys. We went to say goodbye.
Both, goodbye. I want my I want it now. Not getting it without it. And I'm not coming back for an interview.
You are a piece of and you're a stupid blonde.
Star thinks that I should be it, so why don't I
Was
be
that
it?
your choice, Nene? You wanted to do it?
This morning, Star said, why don't you be the project
Oh, well,
manager?
that was
and
very
I said,
generous of
why
Star.
don't I? Right. It's all strategic, but I get it.
Now, do you think she had good intentions, Nene, or bad intentions?
Bad intentions.
Bad.
Trying to be strategic and trying to throw me under the bus with her, but it's all good. It's going down.
And you have been so manipulated. You have been so manipulated. She is going to knock you off. Do you think you're going to win? You are not going to win. I don't want to hear. You're not going to win.
Joan,
You've been
I'm still here.
manipulated.
I'm
I
still
know.
here. Melissa's not. So how am I the one that's manipulated? How about that?
Figure it out.
Yeah,
Figure
I'm
it
still
out.
here.
Good.
How about
Does
that?
this mean that much to you?
I'm sorry that she thought my intentions were negative. Everyone here had won money for their charity, and I thought that maybe this would be the opportunity for Nene to win some money for her charity.
You didn't say that, and you didn't think that.
you
did not
don't-
think
no,
that.
you can
I
say
know
what
how
I
you
didn't
think.
say. No,
I
you
know
don't.
how you think. Yes, I do. I know how you think. I know how you play the game.
You know what? This
and
is
you are
not-
playing with the right
This is-
one.
And your people, you give money with blood on it. I met your people in Vegas for 40 years. None of them have last names. None of them. They have cash fulls of. You're a poker player. A poker player. That's beyond white trash.
Poker players are the most awesome people in the world.
Poker players are trash, darling.
Yeah, step out the game. You're playing with the right one.
This is not
You're
the Real
playing
Housewives.
It doesn't have to be the Real Housewives. Who are you to step in and tell somebody when to be project manager? Who are you?
I did not
Who
tell you
are
to
you? I will take you down while the rest of these girls will look at you and be scared. I'm the girl that's not scared of you. You press the last button at me, Miss Star Jones, and I will do you when the rest of these girls won't.
Do you think Drew and Dennis are more than friends? Dun, 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 dun. I don't think so. Do you think that? I don't think so.
I heard he's in a relationship, but I don't know if that means anything.
With somebody, but not Drew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. You know what? Maybe we should invite Dennis to come on speak on it. Oh, but then she gonna be mad at us too.
Well, he doesn't like me, so.
Wait, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
I don't know why he doesn't.
Let's not get into that. Let's not get into that, Jamie.
How do you not like her?
Let's not get into that. Okay. Okay. I forgot about that. But we're gonna move forward. What I think is I will see Drew in a couple weeks because we are shooting another movie together.
Oh, yay!
So I'm gonna ask Drew all the tea, and I will report back. How about that?
Kanye should be canceled. Yes, he's a mess. Kanye is just off his meds, and he has these manic moments. He does this like twice a year. I know. If you guys really look at it, he does this about twice a year. He goes ham. He says all this outrageous, weird shit. It's because he has bipolar disorder. And when you don't take your medicine, when you have bipolar disorder, you have these rants. So that's what's happening with Kanye. Imagine being with him. That's gotta be exhausting. That's gotta be exhausting as fuck. Did you used to date Nelly? No! Oh my God! Why is everybody saying you used to date Nelly? Because they fucking put me with anyone I take a picture with. It's so annoying. Okay, slow down, friend. 100 years ago, I had a contract with Coors Light. Okay. And it was when Apple Bottom was out. So they decided to do a promotion with Nelly, Coors Light, and me. Okay. And so I would host the model competitions in like 8 cities. Mm-hmm. And he would be at some of them. Mm-hmm. We never even hung out. Like, it was definitely like work. Like, he wasn't even trying to get at me like that. I would do my job and go to my hotel room. And sometimes I guess they would go out. I didn't really go out with them like that. I think one time we were all out. Mm-hmm. And not even like together like that. Just the group, like Coors Light people. So we were cool, you know? And there's never a picture that's like gives that. There's no, I don't even know what the Well, fuck. the internet certainly says that you and Nelly were dating. We did not date. You were one of his pieces, friend. Because my homegirl asked me that. I said no. I went in the comments on, there was a post and they put all of his lovers. Yes. But there was other people in the comments. I said, oh, this is news to me because when they said it, I was living with my boyfriend at the time. Like, remember LM I was with? The guy who was before. Slow down. I was with the guy before he's a real. LaMonica. I love it. Right here. Right here. Skirt. That's what I said. LaMonica. Why is she speeding? I don't know when they're saying that during that time. Yeah. You know, they always say, I mean, I take a picture of someone and it's like, because I never show who I'm with. So I need to be more that way? Yeah, you need to be more that way. So, yeah. I saw that they had me, but they also had some other people on his list that were not true. Like, if you look at the dates, they had him and Ashanti's dates wrong too. I'm like, can y'all stop? I'm so sick of people on the internet. Like, man, everybody believes it just because they. So people asked that. I didn't think people saw that post. Yes, they did. Oh, people saw it. Okay.
And you have Mickey Mouse down here, and your little underwear line. I saw Mickey Mouse right there.
down there too.
It's Mickey and Minnie?
Yeah, but we won't say what they're doing. So.
Oh my! This little baby girl! That little baby girl is Mickey and Minnie doing the nasty on her bikini line? Is that really what it is?
Well, actually, Minnie's doing something to Mickey is what it is.
I'm right here, Brian. All right, so that's what I'm doing. No, relax, brother. I'm doing it one thing. You're just standing. All right.
This is tricky. I'm trying to and couldn't get it.
Right.
Miss Kite.
Right. Who's is this? Okay. You get one thing. Don't give me a gag thing. Just take it. Give me one thing.
Tell the other side. Got people around. No.
Yo, it's done. You got a signature relax.
No, I don't want to drop myself.
There you go. No, we ain't signing it. What's this? Just one piece of paper.
On the other side, the other side. Right, turn it around. Thank you. Just leave it down. Let it come down.
No, I'm telling you what's up. It's funny.
I like the glossy.
I know what you like.
Okay.
All right.
I appreciate it.
All right. That's it.
Please get in front of you.
That's it. Thank you very much. That's it. Come on, done.
Who's
shopping? No. I said no. Done.
We need our space back, folks. I'm sorry. Please get back. We got a lot of people coming in right now. Hey, all right, sorry, let's go. Come on, we're leaving. Let's go. Sorry, folks.
Is it true that you were asked to be on the Real Housewives of Potomac show?
Yes, true.
What did you say? Clearly, no.
No.
Was it like maybe later? Maybe.
No, my mom has been asked several times. She has said no every single time.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, well, could we get like both of you?
Not a twofer.
It's just a no.
They asked me actually a couple of times. And
Of course
so I was
they
like,
did.
I would bore your viewers to death.
See, my mom was like, I will go to jail. And I'm not doing that.
They
for
be
y'all.
throwing drinks.
They just do
Yeah.
too much. And
Mm-mm.
it's so interesting because like this is the area I grew up in.
Yeah.
Right.
Half of these women don't live there. They're not from there. So like it's not women who are from Potomac genuinely are not doing housewives. They're just not because it's just not that kind of a place. Like it's very quiet.
Doing more with Rain, doing more with, just showing me and Reginae. Sometimes we bump heads. Like, it is the Toya and Reginae show, but it's like so much of my
should be shown
family drama overshadows
the Toya and Reginae
show. And that's something that I really just don't like about it. But I mean, it is what it is. And
it's real life, I can tell you that much.
It is. It really is. And hopefully that changes if we, continue to move on with the show and things like that. But yeah, y'all, so make sure y'all continue to tune in on Fridays on WeTV. And if you don't have WeTV, you can stream it on All Black at any time, All Black app or Philo or whatever app, service that you may have or whatever. But
what I find corny is my preference is not my women. Now, I thought it was I'm not dating my women, period, which is the corniest human being outside of a criminal to me, period. Those are your roots. Those women are reflected in your roots. So if you're saying, hey, I don't generally date them, but I have more space for it, even though I still think it's a little corny.
Akash only dates Brown. Akash has been with one girl in his life who is his wife.
That's my wife. That's an Indian woman.
So this
that
is
was
like
important to
loyal
me.
through and through. Okay.
And I understand it's not as important for y'all, but as an Indian, there's not a lot of us who are famous. So whether you like it or not, people are looking at you as a role model. You guys have established yourselves as role models. From simps to pimps, which is another motto I find kind of corny, but I looked into what you guys are about. And a lot of the shit is just childish, which is fine if you want to be funny. We just talked about how doctors ain't shit for 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
We are not in any way life coaching. We are not in any way trying to help men outside of, hey, come have a laugh for a couple hours.
Right.
If you're going to paint yourself as life coaches and then say shit like, my preference is, which is honestly bullshit. It is, I don't want to date black girls. That's the way every black dude that fucks white girls says it. I've dated black girls in my life. All right, bro. Who the fuck hasn't except me? You know what I mean? Everybody gonna dabble in everything. It is the mentality that I have an issue with, and Alex is upset with the specific words, true, but underneath it, he's upset with the mentality. And a lot of stuff you guys say in general, I think is stuff that's kind of childish. I saw a clip where you were like, oh, the nuclear family's falling apart. What do? I don't get married. Just don't get married. You actually trying to help men, or you talking to fucking incels who are 18 years old? That's some shit you say to college. I'm gonna turn you from a simp to a pimp. All right, bro. Can we grow up? You guys are self-help. Hey, we're trying to help men. So either we're funny or help men and be real and be honest with yourselves and don't have an ego like, no, I have a preference. Be honest. Let's just be mature about what we feel. And part of that maturity is, it was a bad joke. I don't actually feel exactly that way.
Where the hell did the winter go? I mean, not that I love the winter.
I was like a little hibernating. Well, you were busy. I was hibernating a little bit. I don't like the cold.
Let me tell you what I did today. And you and I are never like this in our lives. Ever did we ever do this? I stayed home. I ate all fucking day.
Good. It's crappy out.
I'm in sweatpants.
That's okay. It's crap. You need those days. Yeah, you need
so
those days.
unproductive.
That's okay. You don't.
This
like,
is, thank God you're having me on today. Otherwise, I'd be a total waste.
No, listen. You have those days. You could veg out some days.
You do that? I never saw you do that.
Yes, I do that. Yes, I've done that in January and February. Yes, I've done that.
I want to confess something. Can I confess something?
Please do.
I really want to confess something. Girl, I'm just not feeling Susie. Wow. Not her drag.
What is it?
What you getting on here? Okay.
Not her drag. Her drag's fine. Her. It's not that I hate her. I'm not vibing with this like better than thou attitude. She's the only one that I don't follow. But I don't get that. I don't get that. I'm like, girl, I won a lot of pageants before I went on Drag Race, and I never made my competitors feel the way she makes her competitors feel. I think that's so gross and immature. Because if you are that girl, you do not have to say you are that girl.
Thank you.
So you mean to say Jap Dick? Huh? Jap Dick. What? You mean to tell me as dark as it is in this motherfucker, they can still see us? Okay. I ain't say okay. I'm asking you a question. Listen to me, Jap Dick. Listen. If as dark as it is in here, can they still see us? See us? What is that? Man, goddamn, Jap Dick, I'm asking, can they still see us? See us? Can they see you? Can the camera see you? Yeah, I can see the camera. I ain't asked you, can you see the camera? I'm asking you, can the camera see us in the dark? Okay, dark? So listen, if me and her was fucking, could they see us? Oh yeah, I can see you. Man, I don't know. Man. Y'all ask me, listen to me. I'm asking you a question. Listen. Yeah. As dark as it is in here with us, can they see? No. They can't see? Yeah, no, I can see you. Oh man, you ain't hearing what I'm saying, Jack. What can you see?
Darker is night vision on the camera.
Yeah, night vision. There you go, man. Yeah, Jack Dick acting like he can't understand either.
The moment Beyonce say, "Thank you, Jesus," listen, and go into that like that, I back up. I be like, okay. He must have came in and touched on her big ass head. He's the king. He's my father. He died for my sin. She ain't gonna say no shit like that to you, goofy, and got y'all running around and your daughters. Y'all praise this big goofy gorilla for real, cause ain't shit glowing about you, little one. 2 feet tall, a half a pound soaking wet, looking like a 10-year-old boy, jumping up and down like an ignorant bitch for a bitch like that. Clout chasing hoes, they gotta do it. She not gonna do that for you. You a dumb bitch. You a dumb bitch.
Jada Wade and Dazzy Wazzy, y'all portray to be rich, and to say you can't afford my fee? They hit their management up day before yesterday. What's the day? Yeah, Tuesday night. You know how fast of a sudden that is, little girls. Little girls, Dazzy Daz and Jada Waiter, Act Normal podcast. I went over there and checked y'all out. Y'all need me. To sit here and say you ain't got the fee and you Birkin Durkin out. Girl, I almost said something about y'all, but I like you little girls. You're cute. I really wanted to come sit on that couch and act normal with y'all because I want to ask y'all about y'all friend who was just over there with my BD. They knew better. Yeah. I put a big number on it. You don't call me 2 days in advance and want me to come to a whole nother city and turn around and say you can't forward me. First of all, baby, if you call me 2-3 days prior, you must got a jetty jet to wing me, ding me up out of here, baby. And you got it. Y'all got it. So listen here. I don't like girlies like y'all. Y'all just want to shine for the gram. You ain't about your business. I went over to your Act Normal page. I go over there right now, bro. I ain't hating or nothing, but I'm just saying. You got 46,000 followers for your Act Normal podcast. It's not enough. Listen, girlies, the way I would have turned y'all up a notch or two, you'd have had your 200,000 followers overnight. You get what I'm saying? Not only that, you can't even get a comment or two on some of this stuff. You cute. Everything's cute. It's your aesthetics and your outfits. We know you're rich, but you gotta invest. You got me? The bags. We don't want to see them on your podcast. The shoes and outfits, the cutesiness and all that. We don't care about that. You guys to pay how you weigh, cutie bugs. Auntie gonna teach you that too. Don't you never reach out to no grown woman 2-3 days prior talking about booking her to come to a whole nother city and you talking about you can't afford her fee. Yes, you can. You wanna get ready with me? Unbox with me all day long, riding around in your made up backs. Come on, wait a minute now, wait a minute.
Let the cat out of the bag.
Oh, let the cat out of the bag.
We know what that means.
That's when you tell.
Yes,
but
why
would a cat be in a bag? Why the hell would a cat be in a bag?
Originated in medieval times from a livestock fraud scam.
A livestock fraud scam? What the hell does that have to do with a cat being in a bag?
Merchants would sell livestock in sacks at markets, often piglets. To make transport easier, they would put the pig in a sack and swap it out for a cat while the customer looked away. The buyer wouldn't realize they'd been cheated until they got home and opened the bag or let the cat out of the bag.
Let the cat out of the bag. Look how deep this is.
Nobody has yet to say how nasty old lady gang is. Nobody. Why? And that is a known thing here in Atlanta. Like it's something like nobody is saying, "Yo, where we going to go eat? Bitch, let's go to old lady gang." Who? Oh, bitch, that steak from Blaze was banging. What's the name of the person? Where they at? Now let's just be honest. Are we being honest? Is we everybody got their head down. See everybody, y'all scared too? Listen, because I'm just being honest. This is what the premise of the show is. Now y'all done read She by Sheree. The lady done called the girl Sheen by Sheree. The lady done dragged that lady till her wig came unglued on the side. Okay? But nobody said how terrible the service is at Old Lady Gang. And if your food come out cold, you got to pay for it anyway. And if your food is wrong, you got to pay for it.
Addict says the shade to Kenya not being on the cast photos was as clear as day. Okay. I'm glad you said it because I was going to say it myself. Now, I would like to say, out of all the things, I was pissed about that. I personally felt like Kenya started the season out, right? At least we all know that. I mean, I don't know how much of it, because we're not privy to how they're going to edit or whatever. But I'm like, y'all couldn't even let her picture be a part of the show. The other friends of the show had pictures. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Cynthia had one. Cynthia had a picture, and Cynthia's my girl. I love her. So this is no shade to Cynthia. She needs a picture too. But what I'm saying is, even if, it's like, why wouldn't y'all put Kenya in the picture? Like, y'all tripping. Like, I don't know what to say about this. Like, I am too through. Now, yes, I am a little biased. I love Kenya. But that bothered me. Because then you threw somebody else at the end of the clip, honey, for a twerk session. For 2 seconds. But you couldn't put Kenya, who filmed half of that season, right? Yeah. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? The disrespect. Like, come on. Like, yeah, when people mess up, like, do we say, when people do something that is, I guess, offensive to some people, I don't know. Or if you upset about something that she did, like, does that throw away all the magic that she's giving y'all all this time? Yeah, like, you still used her. She still was in the trailer. Like, you could have still took her picture. Like, she was in the trailer. Was she not? She was for 1 second. So was somebody else for 1 second. Yeah. It don't matter. She was in there. Give her her picture. Excuse me. Give her her picture. I was getting a little ATL for a second. You know, my ATL accent comes out. Her picture, it comes out every now and then. It comes out like if I get excited about something, you know what I mean? Have you talked to her? I have not talked to Kenya since the trailer dropped, but I would love to bring Kenya in to have her give us her thoughts about the trailer.
Go ahead.
Afghan suffered women as a high expectation from you. Do you have any plan to change Afghanistan situation? Are you able to recognize Taliban? Because I'm an Afghan journalist, Afghan suffered women. Any comment about Afghanistan? What's your future plan for Afghan people, especially Afghanistan?
I have a little hard time understanding you. Where are you from? Oh. Actually, it's a beautiful voice and a beautiful accent. The only problem is I can't understand a word you're saying. But I just say this, good luck, live in peace. Go ahead, please.
I've only met her one time, Christina Aguilera. It was back when I was on the radio, and I met Black Christina. So I don't know what she's talking about. She walked in the room, she's like, "What's up?" No, true story. This is back when she was doing The Dirty, and she had the song with Redman, and she has Christina on her. She was like, "What's up?" I was like, "How are you doing?" She said, is this my seat? I was like, are we serious here? So I only know Black Christina.
So Vanderpump, I want to ask you,
God.
Lisa Rinna said that Bravo needs you back. What do you think about that?
Well, if Lisa really said it, it must be true.
Would you go back?
No one ever.
Would you go back?
Oh, there's a pig flying to the moon. There's more chance of that.
Because, when someone is consistently saying to you, you ain't shit, fuck you, you're not even fucking loyal, I made you, I made the world want to fuck you, you know what I'm saying? He would say, niggas want to fuck you because I made you look like that. I made you fuckable. In those exact words. Wow. So
I went to this doctor, one that worked with Justin Bieber, one that worked with, I'm not even going to name other names and stuff. My wife took me to do that because she said something about your personality doesn't feel like it's bipolar. I've seen bipolar before. She's educated, so I've seen bipolar before, and come to find out it's really a case of autism that I have. And autism takes you to a Rain Man thing where you're like, oh man, I'm gonna wear this Trump hat because I just like Trump in general. And then when people tell you to not do it, you just get on that one point. And that's my problem when fans tell me to do my album a certain way. I'll do it the opposite way just because la I got my money, right? You're like, you can't tell me. So, but the hard thing I say, like, shout out to Don C.
Waiting to shoot. And we were chit-chatting. Everybody together as a group was all chit-chatting. And we started talking about this new show. A new show had come out, okay? And as we started talking about the new show that come out, Issa started reading a review of the show out loud to the group, okay? She's reading the show out loud to the group. So we're all sitting there listening, and we're all commenting and involved in the commentary and in the conversation. Everybody as a group is talking. And when I say everybody, I mean the cast members. We're all chit-chatting about it, okay? Together, all of us together. And she fell off from the conversation because she was reading the rest of the article to herself. So then she, I guess when she was done reading, she said, oh, yeah, it ends with da-da-da-da-da. And I asked, oh, well, did they mention da-da-da-da-da? And she said, why don't you just read it yourself? And that was the last day. Because I had taken so much stankness and weirdness for the past 5 seasons. And it was the last season. And I just said, you know what? I don't got to take this no more. I don't know who the fuck you talking to. I don't know why you're even addressing me this way. We're in a whole group of people together. We're all discussing this. I'm actually showing interest. And so that was the last day. And I have never spoken to her again. Because I'm always going to show you respect unless you play me, which I have one time got out of my face because I felt played. And then she then tried to act like she was going to fight me when we was on stage doing a read about a movie. And I was like, stop, because we're not about to fight. And then we were able to have a civil conversation after that. I listen, she got in her feelings. Fine. But sunning me in front of everybody is unacceptable for a number of reasons. One, I am your employee. I'm your employee. That's number one. You're sunning me for what? Like, it's not that I did anything wrong. It's not like you're correcting me in the work. 2, I am your peer, colleague. And 3, I'm your elder. Boom, boom, boom. So that was the last day. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to keep putting up with this behavior. I'm not going to keep interacting with this. I'm not going to keep kowtowing. I'm not going to keep being the bigger person who comes and tries to soothe and smooth because you're the boss. I'm not going to do it. So that was the last day. So for anyone who's ever wanted to know, you just got a random tea. That was the last day. There we go. Okay, let's get back to Tenebras. Yes, Tenebras. Yeah, I was not tenebrous about my feelings moving forward after that. Very clear. Very clear.
Mr. Trump, I'm just going to tell you this. I have never been on a team with someone and they make you feel so uncomfortable and like they would stab you in your back in a heartbeat. I've never...
But you weren't talking about, obviously, Kenya. You weren't talking about her
fair. Yes,
a little while ago.
About exactly how you made me feel. The morning when you...
I actually want to move on this side.
Okay.
That was very, very unnecessary.
Right.
Where did this start?
It actually has been starting from the beginning. From the start with her bull, all the stuff you tried to do to manipulate the girls that are here. And I let you do that bull, but you're not going to do it anymore. You talk the good game. Now bring your street game, because that's what I'm bringing.
You a fan of Kenya?
Well, she said before in the boardroom that she was
She's attractive, but she's definitely a person who will make you feel
attractive
uneasy.
or is she beautiful?
She's attractive.
Ooh.
Well, I haven't had any plastic surgery to my
Stop
face.
it, baby. You sitting over there with a badonkadonk that's fake as hell, so don't go there.
I'm very proud of
Don't
that.
go there. She done had them boobs done. Come on, stop that, Kenya.
Try to play a strategic game with me. Who the you think you are? Don't you ever play me like that, ever. Don't you ever, you heard what I just said, don't you ever play me like that. Don't you ever play me like that. Bring your street game.
I don't do this. I don't do threats.
Mr. Trump, when we immediately went into this task, she was already working on Geraldo, doing her Kenya thing that she does.
You know what, Mr. Trump? I've done nothing but help Vivica throughout this competition. I've been nothing but friendly to her.
Is that true,
and for
Vivica?
her
Absolutely not.
Please,
she threw me under the bus, sitting
well,
right.
Threw me
she
under
threw
the
me
bus
under the
first.
bus the other day
You're
while sitting right next to me.
What are you
You can
talking
put them
about?
out, right?
Would you at least explain what you're talking about? Women rationally talk to each other,
Oh,
Nene.
really? Really?
What are you at?
Really?
What are you
When did you start caring about friendship?
No,
when did you start caring about friendship?
Will you please tell me what you're talking about? At least let me know what you're accusing me of.
Shut the up.
Can you at least tell me that?
She has toxic tendencies.
Geraldo, I'd like to just explain the dynamic. Who gets fired? Kenya came up with an idea that I thought, as I said, was a very, very risky but refreshing idea that was edgy.
Act as if I said I didn't like you, and I've never said that. And this has nothing to do with personal. This is strictly business. If you want to say anything, you say I'm real, because that's what I am. And if you don't like it, go in the bathroom and hide. Go and hide.
Vivica did very little. I wasn't exactly sure what she was doing other than holding Kenya's code and a couple of other things. It did not
And getting
seem...
my head taken off by him, and also being known that my assets were not worthy enough to
That's
be
absolutely
there.
not true. Did he say that? This is my sister. This is my sister
Yes,
from
it is,
another
and
mother.
you let
No,
your
but did he
sister
say
know.
that?
Sure he did.
Go and hide. Don't ever try me like that, ever.
I'm right here. You don't have to yell. Nene is nothing but a big bully, I promise you. She has a big mouth. That's all she is mouth and height. And she uses that for her advantage.
We've been very positive.
Did you just say that I didn't like your butt as much as I like
Geraldo.
Kenya's butt? What did you just say?
You always can say statements that time that are offensive.
No, but what do you mean by that?
Please.
Say anything offensive to you? No, that's absolutely not true. I've always been a perfect gentleman with you.
Vivica, excuse me. Look,
Right.
you made a statement, and I don't see, I know Geraldo
He
a long
said,
time. I just don't see him doing that.
Don't you try to act like you're the reason why we won, because you are not. I worked my ass off while you sat there and looked like Casper the Ghost.
Well, you can
Okay,
bring your
let's
voice
be
down.
clear.
Can you bring your
Let's
voice-
be clear, Casper.
Are you done?
You fooled
Are you
a lot of
done?
people
If
with
you're
this,
done, then
but
say
you've
goodbye.
not fooled
Are
me.
you done?
You've not
Are you
fooled
done?
me. Be gone.
Are you done?
Disappear, Ghost.
That's not true. I think from the beginning, and I noticed this throughout the beginning of the show, Vivica has had wild ups and downs. Emotionally, she's been very angry at times. She came after Kate, and I had to step in and say, Vivica, calm down. I've seen her go from these hot flashes to being cold. She's just kind of been all over the place.
Honestly, Nene is acting this way because she feels she can run over me. And I will not stoop to her level. I refuse to do that. Because we're torn from two different cloths. I'm sorry.
The only reason why you've gotten this far is because of your last name, and you faked it for 50 years. You are very old, and you need to play your age and not 12. You're an old lady.
Okay, let's watch the men self-destruct. We're owed that, for God's sake. Please.
And I saw a tweet from her the other day that she said she was going through menopause. So I just feel like
no more.
it was just too much.
No more bodily functions.
No, it's too much.
Let's go there. I mean, see, that's a dirty ass bitch right there. Excuse me for you to say that. Excuse me. That's exactly
That's
why I
the
tried to tell
problem
you
with Vivica.
this
She's
child
all
has
over the place.
toxic
This is-
tendencies.
You
can see it on the book.
Maybe the irony of the story is the one that teaches him how to roar is not someone who can hear.
No, that's not the object of the story.
Who teaches him how to roar?
Well, having written a couple of children's books.
And I had to.
Okay, good. Then I need your help. Absolutely.
No problem.
We're gonna get this
No,
down. It's all gonna get done.
I'm just giving you the concept.
You are just a toxic trick.
I don't appreciate
Yes, you are. You as
I'm a
toxic
trick
as
now?
yes.
This is not the ghetto.
I don't want
This
no,
is not
honey.
the ghetto.
Yes, it's not the ghetto.
It's not the ghetto.
Right.
Please don't take it there.
No,
Mr. Trump,
you're
this
there,
is a
honey.
professional
You're
environment.
there. That's because that's the only place that you can be prevalent in. Okay.
I don't think Dion's been able to articulate what her point is. Please.
As this little line goes to each one of the animals, and can you help me? Can you teach me how to roar? Wherever. He can go to the damn supermarket, okay? Now this is getting crazy, okay?
To sit here and to be taken through the gutter or the ghetto where you're very comfortable in is unfortunate because that's not Donald Trump's brand. I have
Baby,
never
I'm an
seen,
international star.
I have
You're a ghetto
never
star. Don't do
seen
that.
Mr. Trump erect a hotel in the ghetto. And unfortunately, that's unfortunate for
Baby,
you to
that's
call
where
me
your
out of
star
my
at.
name
I'm sorry,
in this
baby.
boardroom.
Well, here's another idea. We can include another animal that is hard of hearing is deaf. Any signs or whatever and says, I can't help you.
That is sad, okay? That's sad.
You mean not being able to hear
Exactly.
is sad? Do you think Marley's sad?
I don't think Marley's sad, but those kids will not understand that.
Why are you so nasty to everybody?
I'm not nasty to everyone. I have not been nasty to
Well,
her.
you have been. I mean, you have been.
That's not true, Mr. Trump. You know, I think that...
It is true. You have been nasty.
Thank you.
He just said she was menopausal on national television.
Yes,
I mean, that's...
she tweeted that out the other day.
I don't think 4- and 5-year-old children were ready for that kind of diversity. So I had to speak up and let them know. I don't think that's the right way to go. Let's get real here. Okay. We're looking to give a story that's going to make these babies smile and be happy and not walk out remorseful because they will feel sorry for her.
Don Jr.
May I have my phone?
Miss Vivica Fox.
We're going to see whether or not she tweeted it.
I did not, sir.
Vivica, bad news. I'm reading it right here. This menopause is killing me. I can't think straight.
I never tweeted that.
I'm acting a damn fool half the time. 50 just isn't sexy.
Vivica, did you say that?
I never took pity. That kind of stuff
You
is pity.
did.
No, I'm talking for Marley.
Well, she may have
She
not.
says you don't pity somebody who's deaf. You accept them for who they are, even though they are deaf.
Marley was ready to attack. I mean, she was like, I'm about to lose it right now. It was like, girl, I will take out my earplugs and we will get to fight.
Oh, let me tell you what happened with that. You know why that's there?
Thank
My
you.
phone was stolen out of the
No, wait a
boardroom.
minute.
I did not, I'm telling you, my phone was stolen. That's
tweeted it
this
like I
low
said.
down dirty bird right there. I have a feeling that she
But Vivica,
has
did you
someone
say
to-
that?
No,
She
Mr.
just
Trump, I haven't
said-
tweeted.
I don't think you would probably say that about yourself.
Her phone was stolen.
90% of them won't even know there's going to be a deaf person there.
We teach them. Dion put up a very clear barrier right in front of my face. And that attitude made me feel handicapped. Now, you have to understand, I don't accept handicaps. I go around barriers. Every day, I face barriers like this all the time. I mean, what she said was completely ignorant.
Who do you think did it? Who do you think used her phone and put these very embarrassing messages?
And isn't that amazing that she
I
found
can't
the exact
identify a
words to say?
suspect. All I can say is
Well,
that
there probably are other
can
people that
confirm
have
this
access.
phone.
Mr. Trump, you
That
asked
one
me
right
what's
there.
there.
Mess-
This is an
dirty.
extraordinary
Okay, so wait a minute. Dion,
Yes.
what did you think of Lisa as your project manager?
I thought Lisa had a lot to learn.
Oh, Dion.
Yes, I did.
Whoa, what have we here?
No, nothing.
That's okay.
Other than
That's Dion. You know, the real Dion is tough.
Yes, I know.
Yes, Mr.
Kenya, you're fired. Go. Thank you.
Mr. Trump, may I say something?
Yes.
First of all, I want to thank you for this opportunity. You have been nothing but kind and gracious to me. Your sons are amazing. Your family is amazing.
Thank you, Kenya. So whose concept was the one that was most utilized, contributed,
Mine. So, it is mine.
That's it.
but that's it, huh? Okay.
It was all about the children understanding who they are, why they are, and that's what this is all about.
Baby, we got a big giant line
I
here.
understand. They'll be patient.
Let's calm down. Calm down.
I am calm down. You calm down. So I was anxious because she is the project manager. I just told her, calm down. It'll get done. Just calm down. We're going to get it done, okay? Okay. All right, baby. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Vivica, I wish you all the luck in the world, and I certainly do not go.
I could care less. Bounce.
Well, thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Mr. Trump.
Appreciate it.
Shrek.
Thank you, Kenya.
Hey, Kenya.
She stole my phone.
It's possible.
She did. How does that come up?
Okay.
Why is it not the way this is supposed to be?
Well, because it's a team. And I'll give you credit, but I don't think it's right to have anybody singled out because we all came up with this.
No, you didn't. No, you did not. Well, the story was conceived by Dion Ward, written by Star Jones. That's simple.
I'm hearing you.
I knew she stole it.
What a ridiculous person.
Glad they saw you for who the hell you are.
Have a nice
Bye,
day.
Trick.
Bye.
Bye, Trick.
Bye.
Bye, Kenya.
Bye, Miss Ghetto. Thank you, Geraldo.
Ghetto fabulous, baby, all day. That's why you leave.
Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay.
Although we are a team, when the credit is due, give it.
I expect you all to behave and not go to this place.
Don't take me there. Don't you dare take me there. I'm not 2 years old.
I know you're not 2 years
And don't
old.
you tell me to behave.
Well, would you just stop?
No.
I'm sorry. We don't need that. I am
You
the
do not
project
tell me we
manager.
behave. What the hell is that?
Don't you psychobabble me.
LaToya, Omarosa, let me just ask you. Are you back? Are you friends again, LaToya?
We were never friends, and I don't think we'll ever
Could you
be
be friends? Could you be friends with Could you be friends with Omarosa?
And for the record, I never once said anything negative about Michael Duncan Clark. He's a wonderful. What you can say about my fiance who passed away. First of all, he wasn't your fiance.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you. All right. Okay, in other words, Penn, in other words, they're friends. Omarosa, easy. Omarosa, easy. Okay. Who needs you two guys? Who needs you? Okay, good. So you're getting along beautifully now. That's good. That's the way I like it. Peace.
It was very interesting how people will manipulate their way to become a winner.
You're saying Omarosa manipulating her way. Well, you did use a couple of choice words in describing her as conniving, scheming, cutthroat, snake, and you even brought up her deceased fiancé, Michael Clark Duncan, saying that her behavior may have contributed to his heart attack. What did you want to say about that statement? Because now she is threatening legal action against you for defamatory remarks.
Right. I haven't received anything from that, so I have no clue. I think Michael, I think he's a wonderful person. I think he was like a gentle giant. He was a lovely person, a very sweet person. And I just wish that he was still here with us. But I find it very interesting that, and the teammates and all were saying, okay, here comes the tears again. They're not sincere. These are the tears of wanting to stay here and stay in the show. And once again, I thought...
So you're taking back your words then?
As far as
saying that her behavior may have led to his death?
I didn't mean it that way at all. Not at all. Not at all. I think when you're under a lot of pressure and people are just nudging you and nudging you and nudging you, but absolutely not. I mean, he's a kind guy. He's a sweet guy. He was.
I heard those words coming out of LaToya's mouth. I was thrown back in my chair. Tell me how you reacted when you saw that clip. I got to know.
I was devastated. I felt like somebody kicked me in my stomach. I mean, I've been on reality TV for about 10 years, but that is one of the ugliest, nastiest, vile comments I've ever heard in the history of reality TV.
It just seems so incredibly low, so over the line as far as I was concerned. And now you're threatening legal action. Are you ultimately just hoping for an apology from LaToya, or will that not be enough?
You know, we did ask for a retraction, and had she stopped with the statement she made in October, I think that everything would have went away and, you know, all would have been forgotten. But she continued to repeat those untruthful statements and harmful statements in the media throughout her press tour in the last couple of weeks. And so someone has to stop her from doing this and trying to hurt my family. And I'm going to be just the one to do it.
4, 6 weeks, 7, going on 7. I got you another place that didn't work out for you. Couldn't stay there. Then I got you a hotel for a week, $620. They broke it down because they said they had to move to another room. The bitch was weird. This is the weird shit I deal with bitches. Weird. Look, I should have pieced her ass up, Walkie. I wanted her to swing. Bitch wouldn't swing. This shit. This is the bedroom. Never changed the sheets. It still stink. I put Pet Fresh. It still smells like an old man here. Look, just don't give a fuck. Ooh. Dirty, weirdo, bro. This bitch is psycho. Psycho, you had a whole room to yourself free. Yeah, it's cold outside. It's nice and she bundled up like she bundled up. Dirty as shit. Look at her keyboard. This is the keyboard. Hold on. I gotta show y'all the keyboard. This is the top to her keyboard. This is the keyboard for beats. Oh. She's a weirdo. Look at this weirdo. Look at them feet. We just gotta look at the feet. Y'all just gotta look at the feet. Look at them motherfuckers. God damn. Look at this shit here. Bitch is weird as fuck. Yes, dear. I tried to piece her up. She ain't want none. That's a bitch. Dirty. Look at them feet. Look at them feet on this motherfucking monkey. That's a bitch. Dirty. Filthy looking.
How long you gonna be out here?
That's a girl. She pressed. Get your ass back around here. Weirdo. Come on, Angel. Get the fucking house. This bitch. Look at the feet, Mo. That's her nappy ass head, bitch. Goofy bitch.
Oh no, you bitch. Fuck me, bro. Why would I fuck you? You want me to eat your pussy?
Why would I want you to eat my pussy?
Why
would I want your dirty ass?
Hell, bro.
Why would I want your dirty ass?
Bro.
Yeah, she used a vacuum to bust the back window out. Knocked the whole motherfucker out. Stole all my shit downstairs. Stole my jewelry box. Stole my safe. Knocked this over. Took all my shades. All my glasses. See, she got me. That fast. Yep. Stole all my purses. Got all my shit. Wow. You fucking no good, bitch. Stole all my shit, Mo. All my shit, bruh. Wow. Wow, that psychopathic bitch. I told you she was a psycho. I'm not crazy. Look. That fast. That fast. Don't touch nothing, y'all. They about to fingerprint this. Stole my machines. She stole everything. It's cool. All my shit. Stole all my shit. No, the bitch, crazy bitch broke in my house as soon as we left. And the neighbor called and said, I hear some shit around in your house. No, we not there. She stole everything. My jewelry box gone, the safe gone. Oh, boy. She rumbled through this. Remember, it was neat earlier.
It's strange to me because she was surely on my bandwagon when she wanted to produce the video.
Right now, there are no videos by African Americans that target other people that want to build their posterior. And I think it could be really profitable.
You speak in my language, girl. And for her to say she has such a wonderful distribution deal, but hers is in the same place as mine, Amazon.
Well, let me explain. Can you show us I want to get a stallion booty.
Well, you know, it's funny. First of all, in Stallion Booty, in the workout booty boot camp, there are great exercises that warm you up for sex, too.
Okay.
Because you get nothing else from me today. Goodbye. Don't make me call Portia. 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 Portia.
Bitch, better move, don't make me call.
Portia. Portia. Portia.
Bitch, better move, don't make me call.
Portia. Portia. Portia.
First of all, my distribution deal is with the same people who distributed Bethany Frankel's videos.
Yeah,
and
it's one of
some
the smaller
top
companies.
10 videos that's out there.
We'll see, because when you were with me, you said, oh, I can put you here and there, and you couldn't even put yourself there, darling.
Now, we did get an offer from one of the largest home video distribution companies that's out there. I think it's a good offer, and it definitely shows us what it's like out there in terms of interest in the video, which is exceptionally well.
But does it sound like a whole bunch of hocus pocus?
The reality is it's a one-day shoot. She sent in a budget that was just inflated. She had a 4-camera setup. I told her we could get by with 3 cameras. I mean, you don't need a set for $7,000 if you're shooting an exercise video.
I'm a good producer, and I said things to make you feel better about the product that you were trying to shove down the consumer's throat.
I'm doing this workout video. And my audience is women just like me. They want a light workout.
You need somebody to shoot it for you.
I know.
Well, you know I have a full-service production company.
Have you done a workout video?
I haven't done a workout video, but I've done movies. It can't be that hard.
We should partner up with that.
Yes.
Oh, that would be a great little thing.
I love it. I'm excited. I get to work with people that are incredible.
She recognizes a donkologist.
And the business acumen.
I wasn't shoving it, honey. Unlike you, I have all real reviews.
You have reviews from your quacky fans. Like that.
Well, who are your reviews from?
Who are yours from? Because you only have 40.
I have a production, a full production.
And most of them are in the ones.
Oh. What did you think of the whole Kenya? Kenya was on the show in this apartment, and all of a sudden gets evicted from her home on television. I mean, what happened? You guys are making good. You guys make good money.
I guess the sales of her video aren't as she explained them to be.
Wow.
This is Roswell 911. What's the address of your emergency?
Bishop's Court.
What's your name?
Kanya. Last name Dillon, D as in David, ILLON.
Tell me exactly what happened.
I had a tenant. Her name is Kenya Moore.
Goodbye and good riddance.
It took 14 hours to vacate my home. She's still on the premises.
Just like Google took your fake ones down and noted on there. Fake reviews being submitted prior to
fake reviews
the actual DVD even being released.
The truth is the numbers speak for themselves.
Yeah, in the words of Whitney Houston.
The truth is the numbers speak for themselves. Whatever.
Go on, honey. Twirl on that.
Yes, I will twirl on that. Just give me a minute, okay?
Yeah, come on.
You came up with the term donkey booty, created a business out of donkey booty, and then Kenya came up with
Yeah.
I mean, and I like her, but she did.
At the end of the day, if you're gonna be original, you're gonna be original. I mean, there can only be one Kleenex, there can only be one Jell-O. Everything else is just gelatin and toilet paper.
Apollo, Phaedra, I need to ask y'all a question. If you had to give Apollo a birthday present, and it involved 2 of your friends, name 2.
Look at Phaedra.
What are you talking about?
No, but what is she giving?
A pass for a birthday present treat.
Because guess what?
Oh, dang, what is he doing over there, her?
You don't even believe your damn self when you talk.
Here we go. I just found it real. I just found it. It really shocked me.
Oh, no.
No, it shocked me.
I'm your entertainment.
No, it's not.
Yes, I am.
It shocked me.
Yes, I am.
You can dance, you can model your shoes, you can show me your cervix. But please don't put your paws on Apollo, because I'm going to have an issue with that. I ain't in there. Keep going to
No.
Go on with that bullshit now before I get pissed. Go on, honey.
Just do it. Okay, get in the pool.
Very poor taste. I don't like stuff like that. So don't come up here with that, honey. I'm married. Go on now.
Listen,
go on with that. Yeah, well, go on now. I ain't with all that.
It was for fun. But whatever it was, you were offended.
Anyway, it happened.
Or not right about. Okay, all right. She's insensitive. It was for fun.
My friend sleep with my husband.
Yeah.
That ain't fine.
What is going on?
Everybody knows that it is inappropriate to be touching anybody's man, let alone their husband.
Oh my God.
She has just pushed it to the limit.
What is going on?
You go and say all kind of crazy shit about me, and you sit up and laugh like it's nothing.
And what's going on here?
Those type of things. Hey, what's up?
I don't like stuff like that.
I don't think I was flirting with Apollo. I hope I wasn't. But there's no shame in my game. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
Come on, Captain Crunch.
We don't have to overthink this. Let's go.
Oh, nasty noise, Captain Crunch. Somebody might like it. It don't look like Walter do.
Lazar. This is two different conversations.
It's not to me.
I get that, but it is to me, and let me remind you why. If you've done your time, that's what prison reform is about. Yeah. If they let this man out, they are saying he has been reformed. Yeah. We have fixed him. He's been
rehabilitated.
We have rehabilitated him.
He's met his debt to society.
That's what.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful to any of you, and I understand this is the view.
But we are talking about if he were to be let out.
If he should never be let out.
That's not the conversation.
If he were,
That's not what you asked.
I said low-level crimes. I said low-level crimes like Alice Marie Johnson.
But then you said, who here thinks that this should happen if he gets out?
I'm sorry. 11% rise in terror. I mean, we talk about the rise in terrorism and violent crimes in this country all the time. And the idea, I'm telling you that I am open to women like Alice Marie Johnson, who I think we all can agree were put into prison for too long. When you are talking about terrorists, how about the idea
you're missing the point. Hold on. Yes, you're missing the point because when you talk, you keep saying if they let him out. Well, yes, if they let him out, he gets those rights back. That's what we're talking about.
I don't agree that if this terrorist were let out,
he should not get out.
But I think he should be given the death penalty. I mean, that's where I'm at with this. People who commit acts of terror on American soil.
Does this include, in your mind, domestic terrorists? Also?
Yes, terrorism is terror. Yes, of course.
And what about those guys who shoot schools up? That also,
they should, of course, be
child
in jail.
molesters. Child molesters.
It is. I'm trying to tell you. What Bernie Sanders said is going to be turned into a clip that will be. It upset me this morning.
How do you feel about the fact that people in Vermont are allowed to vote?
Abby and I didn't have brothers that served multiple times, and I didn't watch my brother deploy when he was 19 to fight this crap. To have them come here and give the right to vote.
You are missing. Wait, hold on. So you think the lady walked up and said because she's a Hispanic woman, or because she just assumed that all Hispanic people who are in there can't afford to be there? Is it ridiculousness or is it racist?
It's racist.
See, I don't think
it's both.
I don't see it. I just see it as stupid. I just see it as stupid.
Do you all think that we live in a racist country?
Without a doubt.
Absolutely. Okay, see, I think a country that elects an African-American president twice, I don't think every American is racist.
That doesn't allow them to do one thing.
Right, and I think the Congress is controlled by Democrats.
Wait. Make that point again, because it's very important that people remember who was in the Congress.
Well, but the American people elect
also that we elected.
Right. Democrats are racist too. It's our cultural history.
Listen. You are a white lady telling me what is racist to you, which is
fine. American who's been told what homophobia and hatred looks like.
It's not the same.
I have a black kid I raised, Whoopi. I have a kid in my house.
That is not the same thing.
You don't have to be black to know what racism is.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do, baby.
No, you do not.
Yes, you do. Let me
I think that there's so many white folks out there who've been protesting, who understand, who see and understand.
Which is why I say it's not racist, because America is not just a racist country. Because there are white people who get it. There are white people who look up and say, honey, this I know. But that is why I will not accept the blanket statement that America's racist. I don't agree. I'm sorry. Kick my butt and keep your tweets to yourself.
So we agree to disagree.
The discussion here was if he got out.
Yes.
That was the discussion.
Then I'm against it.
Even then, she's against it.
Okay.
Right.
That's the conversation.
So people that leave prison would not be allowed.
I don't think he would ever get out.
Well, that's why we're talking about terrorists.
They get the vote while they're in prison.
We're talking about terrorists. Tell me a terrorist who has committed an act that heinous that has been let out of prison.
No,
we haven't had that conversation, right? So that is
but we were talking in hypotheticals.
Right. For me, I would appreciate it if Bernie Sanders and Kamala Harris said there are true monsters in this world, and true monsters for me are domestic terrorists, which these guys were. They were radicalized here. People like that not only shouldn't get the right to vote, but I don't think should have the right to have anything in this country. They killed Americans and they were radicalized, and it's a cancer in this country.
But again, people that are in Maine and in Vermont that are allowed to vote while in prison.
Maybe you think terrorism is
okay with that?
I do not.
No, you're don't do that, Megan. Don't do that, because what what we are chuckling at is I'm trying to get this to he's back behind you like this, and they see me trying to say it, and then Sonny started up again.
The Republican Party is in much more trouble right now because you have really traitors.
You have AOC saying
excuse me, am I done? I'm not done. I'm talking about
somebody answer. Yeah.
You missed me so much when I was on maternity leave. You missed me so much. You missed fighting with me.
I did not miss you.
Okay, somebody answer the question.
Can I weigh in?
Or I'm moving on.
I'd like to weigh in. So nasty.
Can I weigh in?
Okay, guys, hold on. Stop. Everybody stop.
He said no to 60 Minutes because he doesn't know what you're going to ask him, and he doesn't have the answers. So he goes to his pal Sean Hannity, who's been trashing me, by the way. So let's discuss Sean Hannity for a second. Sean Hannity.
One thing is that Sean was my friend. I worked with him for years.
I don't
full
care.
disclosure. No, I'm just full disclosure. I know you don't.
I really not. Wait, can I finish my thought? You know more about what's going on in your party than I do.
My sister-in-law is an advisor to Kevin McCarthy. I have a lot of friends and family who work on Capitol Hill. Like a lot.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So what's the question?
Hold on. My question is, if it's not the Republican Party, shall I call it the QAnon Party? What shall I call your party now, who defends people like Matt Gaetz and goes against Liz Cheney? What are we supposed to call it?
I think you can call it whatever you want because your influence in the Republican Party is almost zero. And again, as I've said on this show, it is for us to figure out amongst ourselves. What Republican is like, Joy Behar doesn't like my party? Oh, God, I better stop voting for them now.
You know what,
really,
Megan?
The same way I have no influence on the left. I don't think, at least.
Yes, but you often on this show give your opinion of what the Democrats should be doing with themselves to better themselves.
But you said that people on Capitol Hill, are supporting him. I'm telling you, from people that I know personally, they are embarrassed. This is embarrassing for the Republican Party.
Okay, then why don't they get rid of him?
They should,
why don't they get him off his committee?
Because they have to convict him or whatever. I'm not a lawyer. They have to. What is it? They have to. The police have to arrest him. I don't know enough about it, but like they have to arrest him and charge him. That's why he's still in Congress.
They didn't have any problem. They didn't have any problem taking Liz Cheney off her committees without any further investigation.
Liz Cheney, but that's a different thing. Liz Cheney wasn't on the committee. She was the third-ranking member, and
suddenly they need proof.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Sonny has a legal note that she needs to read right now. So, Sonny, would you do me a favor, please, and read your legal note?
Every single day.
I do have a legal note.
Oh my God!
We're going to break. We're going to break.
I don't think that. Look, we looked at what McCain was involved in with the Keeney Five. He was cleared of those.
We're just getting to it. We're just getting to it.
But what I'm saying is that
we also looked into Barack Obama, who was 8 years old when Bill Ayers was a part of the Weathermen, who has moved far beyond it.
And also, too, can I say with the Keating Five, he was cleared, but the man that he affiliated himself with was not. There are people that lost their money that will never get their money back from Charles Keating. So Ayers was not convicted. He turned himself in, he was not convicted. But McCain's friend, he was.
Can I just
I'll let you finish what you have to say.
Thank you for that. That's a nice thing to do.
I'm not sure they're applauding you.
No, not that. But thank you for letting. I don't think they were. I'm not used to anyone applauding me, but I was just thanking for the chance to finish what I was saying.
But why is Kelly so shocked?
Well, we shouldn't make levity of this. We're talking about the abuse of a woman. I mean, look at that photo. We should not be laughing or making.
We're talking about Kelly. We're not talking about abuse right now. Don't say something like that.
We are laughing and making.
We are laughing at him being shocked.
I'm hoping Dr. Jill becomes a Surgeon General. His wife. Because Joe Biden's wife, because he would never do it, but she's a hell of a doctor. She's an amazing doctor.
I thought she was a doctor and
PhD.
Yeah, I
could be wrong. I thought she was.
I think she's a teacher, but
Here's the other thing also. I mean, one of the things that no one has talked about is, number one, Bill Ayers surrendered in 1980 to the federal government. He turned himself into the feds. He, like a lot of us in a certain generation, were pissed at the United States of America. Some were more radical than others. Some did stuff that, they shouldn't have done. And he turned himself in. He, I assume, rehabilitated himself because from 1980 to now, I don't recall anyone saying in 2001, oh, we got to go get Bill Ayers, he's a terrorist. Let me just finish, because I know you have a lot to say. I don't think anyone has been looking at him as a terrorist until now. What someone's past is, and we talked a little bit about this, or maybe it wasn't you, maybe it was Bill, you know, there are senators and congressmen that have pasts. And at some point, you have to say, 40 years ago, this is what you did, what are you doing now? Because otherwise, you have to say that the parents of the kids who are in his classes and the school itself and all of the faculty are carousing with a terrorist.
You know what?
I don't believe, and I'm sorry, and I don't believe that that is any better than John McCain having to rake John McCain over 17 years ago. And the other thing, wait, let me just finish. And Barack Obama is not the terrorist. Let's make sure that we're clear that Barack Obama is not the terrorist. So linking him to people and we can link all of these guys to people. I'm done.
Okay, two things. One, John McCain was cleared of any charges. The Ethics Commission declared him his actions cleared and his actions not improper. Number two, in terms of, and I wish Sarah Palin would come out and be specific.
That he used poor judgment.
They also said his actions were not improper.
It was poor judgment. It was lobbying.
Sure.
But don't you mind that both of them, can't we get away from smears?
No, because some of these things are not, this is not about smearing. John McCain
can't get away from smears.
I don't believe that this is a smear. John McCain has been open about what happened with the Keating Five, and he was cleared. Number two, Barack Obama went to a party at William Ayers, and I wish Sarah Palin, when she addresses crowds, would get specific and say, not my opponent, not our opponent, and not a terrorist. Barack Obama went to the house of William Ayers, who is a U.S. terrorist.
In 2002.
It doesn't matter. After 9/11, William Ayers said he was unrepentant about his bombings and said that he wishes they had done more.
Wait, no, you don't. Elizabeth, when he made that comment, it was about his book. It was not about 9/11. That book just happened to come out. And it was 40 years ago when Obama was 8. There was a rabbi on the same block that threw
Can I just ask you a question? You say you don't care. It doesn't matter when, how long, whether Barack Obama was friendly with him or not. You don't care. But wait. Doesn't it bother you, with everything that's going on in this country, that either side is going back to smearing? Is that the way?
The man is losing. The man is losing, and he's pulling out garbage that didn't work for Clinton. It's not going to work for him.
It doesn't matter, Whoopi, because here's the thing. This is not about winning or losing. This is what bothers me truly about Barack Obama, because when I heard him back, I really thought that there was hope for him. It bothers me that he's not open. Whether you agree with Sarah Palin or not, she's open.
He's not open. He did address in the primaries when they asked him about that.
He wants to hide all of his radical connections to Tony
Ew. Like JK, but like maybe not. But thank you for watching. But you hating ass bitches always have something to say. Hating ass bitch, but you're still watching my vids. What? You're so upset. But that's like okay, because have a piece of bread, have a Xanax, relax, because I said what I said.